I am so disappointed. Honestly, am. It's a bummer. It's a bummer. What are you going to do? The silver lining and the saving grace is that perhaps due to anticipation, the fight will now be bigger as a result. That's the silver lining. That's what we have to look forward to. Yeah, give me a second. Let me post the link to Twitter. Oh, God, I was looking forward to this card, man. I gotta watch Thor after this. I don't want to watch Thor. Ugh. Heard it sucked. It's too kitschy, you know. I don't want to watch Thor after this, but my wife keeps bothering me. It's not like it's any boxing on. I don't watch UFC, so ugh. I don't want to watch. I don't want to watch Thor, man. Ugh. Hold on. Where's the goddamn thumbnail? Anyway, live and direct, front row at shit show. And yeah, man. Like I said, the silver lining and the saving grace is that due to anticipation, the fight might end up being bigger now as a result. Because a lot of people were hoping to see these rivalries unfold in the ring, and it just so happens that the Queen of England, Queen Elizabeth II, passed away. And, I expected that because, like I said, that's more or less what happened in Dubai earlier this year. Earlier this year in Dubai, Floyd was scheduled to have an exhibition match, and they were able to uproot it in a jiffy because, well, it wasn't like this. Like, the tickets have already been sold. It was 2 days out from the fight, so it's a lot more inconveniencing. Furthermore, those bouts on Floyd's card, which ended up being uprooted in just a matter of days and moved to Abu Dhabi, those fights were less consequential than these fights. These are real fights, not exhibition matches. These are title fights. We've been waiting for them for a long time. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Talk about timing, man. Ivo was good. DJ Joe was good. And yeah, man, I'm pissed, bro. Now I gotta watch Thor with the family. I didn't even want to watch that giant. Oh, I didn't want to watch that shit, man. I'm probably gonna end up watching it after this, though. But I want to get people's thoughts, whether or not they feel that the fight should have been allowed to go on. Who did they like for the fight? Who did they think was gonna win this weekend? I do think that this layoff, this delay, will affect some more than others. Ronin was good. If it lands on October 15th, it should have the most competitive fights on the day night. Haney Cambosos, Wilder Helenius are predictable outcomes. Geez, all that is happening in the same day? Haney and then I definitely ain't buying that Wilder fight then. Undercard's probably going to be weak anyway. You know what I mean? If all of that, yeah, that all of that is landing on the same day. So, yeah, I'm not buying that Wilder. I was gonna buy it, but now I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me to buy it if there's already a card on. Like, I'm not gonna buy it if there's another show on. That sucks, man. Ugh. And yeah, it's depressing, yo. It's depressing. Travis J, he saw the fight. He says he had Shields up 5 rounds to 3. She's boxing clean so far. Sorry, I had this in the drafts ready to go. And yeah, man, it's just depressing, bro. I gotta watch Thor and their veiled efforts at comedy. Ugh. I don't want to watch that shit. Oh, and yeah, man. So yeah, sucky Saturday, man. Wilder versus Helenius is the equivalent of Butterbean versus a pimp named Slickback minus the name value. Yeah, I mean, if there were nothing else on that night, then I would definitely purchase it because I was planning on purchasing it, but I didn't realize that the Haney fight was going to happen that same night. And if there's another card on, well, I'm not going to pay. Nah, like, I'm not even probably going to be really watching it then. I'm going to be dividing my time between the Haney card and the Wilder card. So I'm probably going to, honest to God, I'm probably going to buy the Haney card. I didn't realize that. And now I'm wondering if Wilder can do the 300 to 400,000 that I originally anticipated. Now I'm wondering because he has to compete with a show that's on the biggest sports network in the country. I guess the only saving grace for Wilder and for the PBC is that, well, people saw that Haney fight and, nobody got knocked out. Nobody got knocked down, went the distance. It was a pretty lopsided fight. And I don't know, maybe that will leave people feeling so inclined to just buy the Wilder fight because at least they know there's a chance that either Helenius gets knocked out or all his punch resistance is gone and he gets knocked out. Very depressing, very depressing. I saw Mary Spencer in action yesterday, a fighter that I'm very excited about. Probably going to ask her for a Q&A. She's a very exciting fighter. She deserves the push, the profile push. If you want to see somebody get the hell beat out of them, you watch a Mary Spencer fight. That's what she does. That's what she's good at. That's what she's trained for. As far as what I want to discuss tonight, well, obviously we're going to discuss the fact that the show didn't go on. Today's show, that would have been a great show. I have no doubts about that. And I want to get into people's picks. I want to get into different people's picks. So I'm going to have to keep some slots on the panel open so that we can have people go in and out, different people, and tell us, who do you think was going to win the fights? So I'm going to post the link in the chat. And, man, it sucks, but here we go. Okay. What's goody, Rando? What's goody, Leo? Yeah, man, it sucks. The only thing happening tonight is a UFC card, but I don't watch that shit. I don't watch that shit. I don't want to watch people roll around the floor. I don't want to do that. People getting their toes stomped on and stuff like that. I don't want to see that shit. So, yeah, we're going to get into whether or not you as individuals feel that the card should have been allowed to go on or, whether or not it was a prudent judgment to call off the fight. Play a little bit of music. Whether or not you guys out there feel it was prudent to call off the card on the heels of the Queen's passing. What do you guys think? Was that the right decision, or should they have paid tribute and used that as a vehicle to pay tribute to the Queen? We got Leo in the building. Leo, I have questions. Leo, first question I got for you. Should they have allowed the card to go on?
No, not really.
No?
I don't think, no, because I don't think people from the USA or the rest of the world understands what the Queen means to their people.
So you think they made the right decision?
Yeah.
Who did you like for the fight?
What fight?
You know which fights, Leo. Don't play with me.
No, which first?
You know which fights, bro. All right, like
okay.
you know.
I like Michaela, really.
Okay.
To win a unanimous decision against Baumgartner. I think it's durable enough. I think he has the enough skill to upset Baumgartner's power. Despite she makes mistakes, but I don't think it's gonna be enough to Baumgartner goes there and knocks her out. It's not gonna be enough.
What about Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall? How'd you see that fight?
If I have to pick, I will pick Savannah for the knockout.
Woo! Shit! All right. I'm going to go to Reyes. Reyes, do you think it was a prudent decision to cancel the card and cancel the fight on the heels of the Queen's passing I'm thirsty.
I really don't know how like the UK feels about the Queen's death as a whole. I've seen kind of mixed reports. I've seen people like making jokes and like kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, some people sound kind of happy she's dead, but
I have
I've
seen
seen
that.
other people.
I'm with you though. I just have to say that I haven't fed into it, but I have seen what you've seen, and I'm talking about from Brits, not from from Brits.
From
So
Brits, I don't know how they're feeling about that. So because I don't know if they're allowed to like talk about it really. So I wouldn't know. But I guess not from my perspective, because I don't know how they feel about it. If they're really against it or they're like really upset, then yeah, obviously you don't really want a fight to happen during that time. As an American perspective, obviously I'm gonna say nah, not really, because I mean she died of age, and I don't know. I didn't really see anybody like too broken up about it.
Let me read what Eagles fan says.
Yeah.
Eagles fan says she's been the Queen for 70 years. Hell yeah, they should pay tribute. The anthem is "God Save the Queen," for Christ's sakes. Makes a valid point. She's on their money. Some rando says it's a stupid and pointless postponement. Honor the Queen. Do a segment or something, but don't cancel this weekend's events literally 24 hours away. What the fuck? The funeral isn't till next week. I think we're going to have to get some Brits in on this conversation. Because
I feel like they're better to talk about it.
Yeah, like I lack the culture and the perspective to know what it may have meant to them. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to that at all. But I saw Sam Jones, and what Sam Jones was saying was that they should have let the card go through. I saw former cruiserweight champion Enzo Maccarinelli. He said the same thing, that they could have paid tribute and let the show go on. And so that's why I don't say anything. Like I don't say they should have or shouldn't have, because I can't be the one to tell you what it meant to them. I can't tell you. Can AJ tell us? AJ, should they have allowed the show to go on?
Well, how's everybody doing? What's up with y'all?
Good. Should they have allowed the show to go on?
Should they have allowed the show to go on? They could have, but I understand the postponement. I do. I mean, because the Queen, she was the Queen, man. It's a very very tragic, death. They woman a lot of Brits idolized, and so I get the postponement. I do understand. I mean, not so much for us because we really want to see the fights, But at the same time, we get it. At least they're still going to happen, and they're not completely off the table. We just got to wait a little longer now, and on the worst possible day, of course, because as we know, Wilder this on Wilder than the Haney Kambosos rematch day. So by the way, I just want to give a shout out to a fellow Brit, Lady Chan. It's her birthday today.
Shout out to Lady Chan.
But yeah, I understand. It is what it is. I'm not too broken up about it. I was kind of slightly annoyed at first, but it's like. It's not like it's outright canceled. We're still going to see it. I mean, but we just got to wait a little longer now. But I just feel sorry for the ladies, man, because I know they really wanted to throw it in hands. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we've been waiting. Smokey says, most people around my parts don't care about the Queen, to be honest. Smokey, are you in the UK? Because that's what I mean, that I'm not insensitive to what it might have meant to them, put simply because I don't know. I don't know what it might have meant to someone else, because this much I know, she is a fixture of their entire being and their culture and their identity as a nation. So it's hard to say, oh, well, yeah, this would have been the right environment to host an event, though at the same time, and I think it was either Sam Jones or it was Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes, he kind of said it, and it's more along the lines of, okay, the whole country didn't shut down. People still going to work, like people still going to work. Stuff is still open. And the boxers' work is boxing. So if you're allowing other people to work and the country isn't completely shut down, why are these people not allowed to work when this is their job? And like I get that, because yeah, it's a valid point that if everything were closed like municipalities and infrastructure, then I could say, well, yeah, I mean, they closed everything. They closed the post office. They closed whatever. But for the most part, people are still going to work and people are still working. So if the boxer's work is boxing, it's like a gray area that leaves you a little bit confused. But we're gonna get some people in on this. I wanna hear from the Brits. If you're in the UK, you need to join the panel. Tell me what the hell is going on.
By the way, Jules, let me propose this. Like, do you think like the boxers on the card should have gotten some compensation for not being able to fight today?
I mean,
like some kind of. I mean, just they might not have been the whole person, but they should have got something, maybe.
I mean, I don't know, because the other thing is that if you give them something now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Remember that they're basically going back into camp. That's what.
Yeah, that they have to. They got no choice. I mean,
they have no choice. And from now until the proposed, because we don't know that it's going to be the 15th. That's the proposed date.
It's a tentative date, so that's not like settled. That's not final yet. Or?
I mean, it's not like that's when they want to put it, but it's not official. So from now till the 15th, all these fighters have to perform a balancing act of trying to stay at or around weight, because they are essentially going right back into camp. Mm-hmm. And those are more expenses that they will have as fighters. So even if you offset the cost of what they already spent for the camp, well, there's more coming, you know? So it's kind of like, it's just fucked, man. Like, I feel bad for them. I really do, because, you know, that just on an emotional level, a psychological level, bro, it's like if you getting ready, you've been talking to a joint, you've been polying, the night finally come, and
I don't know what she like. She go, oh, I can't come. I got something came up. You like, oh, bro, for real? Like, damn, I've been thinking about this for like a week, a month, or whatever, you know?
well, Emma, that's what I mean about, you know, like Marshall not eating, for example, 24 hours up until the weigh-in, leading up to the cancellation of the show, because I heard they did like a mock weigh-in. But I mean, that doesn't sound good that she didn't eat. My only question is, did Clarissa not eat 24 hours leading up to the weigh-in? Because then they're on even terrain. But if Clarissa did eat, or she drank water, or she ate like a grape or an apple, then that would have to mean that Clarissa's making the weight more comfortably than Savannah. That's what that would have to mean, because if she can't eat 24 hours leading up to the weigh-in, she's playing that close to the chest. A lot of people, royalists or not, had the deepest respect for the Queen as a person. Jamaica just did that to save face. They're always removing her from the head of state anyways. Have you ever done a 20 pound for pound of every boxer everywhere? No, that is too much data to try to fit into just 20 ranks. No, too much data. What's good, Ring and chat? I'm so late. What I missed? Not a whole lot. The British Boxing Board of Control decided in their wisdom to cancel all boxing, cricket, and rugby were allowed to go ahead. So you feel, Sam Langford, I know he's not actually Sam Langford, do you feel that they should have allowed the fight to go on? Do you feel that it would have been in poor taste, or do you feel that no, they should have let it go on because other sports are happening and other working people are working? The country didn't go into a complete lockdown where nobody's going to work. It just so happens that a boxer's work is in the boxing ring in a boxing match. So, you know, just let me know. Puro Khalifa.
Jules, like, one thing, if I could add this, one thing they also could have did is, like, if the card would have went ahead, instead of like an honorary 10 count, give her like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
out there, you know what I mean? So, you know, just 10 minutes straight of like just tributes or whatever, you know, stuff like that. 10 minutes of silence. You know,
I think a tribute would have done a lot more to capture the feeling of the populace. I think tributes go a long way more than just being somber instead of celebrating. Like, look, the Queen was a pillar of female strength, right? That's what she was. She was a monarch, a matriarch, right? A pillar of female strength. So what better way to represent female strength and girl power and all those things than to allow this card to go on that's filled with women, many of them Brits.
Exactly.
And Jones, Carolyn,
tribute. Yeah.
Ebony Jones, Carolyn Dubois, Karis Hardingstall, Lauren Price, Savannah Marshall, Shannon Ryan. Some Brits up and down the wazoo up on the joint. And they are the ambassadors of the United Kingdom, to the world of boxing. So I feel that tribute, at least when we're talking about deaths and passings and things like that, I've always felt that tribute, it actually helps people cope more than, not tribute. You know what I mean? Like a celebration of sorts. That like, yeah, you can make this whole card a tribute to the Queen, who was a pillar of womanly strength in this all-female show.
Because Jules, you know what else we could do? Like they could kind of use her death as fuel. Like all the fighters on the card, like they could use it as a source of strength to like really, really show up and show out, perform to their best ability as well. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Gabriel for the Cash App donation. I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that, but you did it. And I'm going to push it out. Ow! And yeah, because as a, I just think that that could have really worked. And it's not misappropriating anything because, well, that is what she was. She was the matriarch to the nation and a pillar of woman's strength, right? Woman power. So what better way to characterize that and celebrate that about her as a leader and that country as a nation than to showcase their strong women? Your Lauren Price, your Kara Ottingstall, your Savannah Marshall, all them. They strong. Savannah hit hard. Well, we know she might have knocked out Clarissa today, but now we gotta wait.
Shit, could have got a Lunisha like knockout too. Damn shit, man. Come on, man.
Alicia, man. I'm gonna be real with you, dog. That fight had me biting my nails. I did a
Jules, let me get this out real quick. I haven't been so nervous since I saw Avengers Endgame and Infinity War. That's how nervous I was about this card today. It literally gave me just goosebumps because I did not. It's like I've never been so excited for like a fight card as much as this woman's card.
Yeah, like because the thing is, look, regardless of who someone may pick to win that fight, what you have to acknowledge and what makes it such a great fight is that it's not just one great fighter. Alicia's a great fighter. There's no doubt about that. But so is Michaela. Michaela ain't nothing to play with.
She can box. She can box.
She can box and she can bang. And when you think about, like, I talked about it in a Spaces on Twitter about it. It was either the day before or 2 days before that, like, just what both fighters have to do and how even with everything we've seen, there's a wild card because we haven't seen Michaela in there with someone who can do all the things Alicia can do. No, we haven't seen that. We really haven't. Her resume is a little better. Yeah, experience. Yeah. But you haven't fought someone like Alicia. And in turn, Alicia hasn't fought someone like you. So it's an element in there that's like, yo, I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
Styles make fights.
Yeah, so it fucking sucks. Gonna watch Canelo Triple G in the cinemas. Let's get my man Sport Night on Icons on here because he could tell me all the things that I don't know about what would have been in poor taste, what might not have been in poor taste. Mm-hmm. You'll notice that Tyson Fury, he decided to shut the fuck up, right?
Oh yeah, for once.
Right?
and got him quiet.
I kind of feel like, that because if you would have been doing that same childish ass bullshit you was doing after that, I feel like, that would have been in poor taste because you're essentially trying to garner everyone's attention at a time when their attention is, on something bigger. So, it's a lot of ways, man. It's a lot of ways to feel about that shit. Let me throw Sport in the link real quick. Sporting, you gonna tell me, whether or not, just tell me how you feel about it and what do you think would have made sense in that situation.
You're saying I like the Sporting's take on the matter.
Sporting, we saw Sporting, how you doing?
I'm good, Julius. How are you?
We saw what Sam Jones said, and I feel like Sam Jones understands the climate at least better than I do, though perhaps not everyone shares Sam's sentiments. And Sam of S-Jam Boxing helped handle the career of Joe Joyce and Lisa Whiteside, several others. Sam Jones, he felt that the card should have been allowed to go on. Is that in poor taste?
Maybe. But at the end of the day, I mean, who's he really aiming at? I mean, I got the impression that he was aiming at Sky, but it's not Sky's call. It's not Boxer's call. It was the British Boxing Board of Control. And these absolute wet willies waited until the Premier League cancelled for them to grow some bollocks and cancel it themselves. That's what annoys me.
I'm told, Sporting, that rugby and cricket have been allowed to go on. Is that true?
Parts of rugby, yeah. Cricket, I don't know. It's not my sport, but.
I mean, because I can't be the one to say. Obviously, I cannot be the one to say that the card should have. I feel like there was an opportunity there because, like I said, the Queen of England was a pillar of womanly strength. That's what she was. She was the leader. She was that country's leader for 70 or more than that years. So I kind of felt like, because you have so many Olympians also that actually represented the United Kingdom, like Cara Sardingstall, Caroline Dubois, Lauren Price, it kind of felt like it could have been in keeping with the decorum if they had allowed it to go on and taken opportunities to pay tribute to the Queen in the show. But, you know, it is what it is. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
The problem with it is not necessarily about the fight night and everything like that and representing the women. It was the fact that it took place in London, which not too far from Buckingham Palace. You've seen all the mourners, all the people laying flowers at Buckingham Palace. You had the council concession today for now King Charles. London was rammed. You can't move in London. You know, so obviously all the emergency services were all on standby because you don't know what people are going to do there. You don't know who's crazy and who went there. So to have them go into a boxing event was risky. It was risky. But I do feel that maybe they could have left it until, and maybe do it tomorrow, you know, on Sunday.
That's a good point. Maybe they could have just moved it to Sunday. They're talking about doing it on the 15th. That's the same day as Haney versus Kambosos. I believe it is. That's the same day as Wilder versus Hellenius. Good move or bad move in your opinion?
I have two thoughts on that one. Firstly, 5 weeks. If you're a professional boxer who needs to maintain a certain level of weight, that's difficult. 5 weeks ain't long, but it's long enough to be hard.
Yeah.
You know? As far as it being on the same day as Haney and Wilder, totally different time zones. All three fights are like hours apart. In fact, I did get a message of somebody saying that one of the conscious community over there, the Wilder fanatics, were complaining that they didn't know which one to watch between Devin Haney or Clarissa Shields. I'm like, you do know Australia and UK like 12 hours apart, right?
More importantly, that the Devin Haney fight will be geared towards an American primetime slot, just like before. So you can literally watch both cards. Actually, you know, it's really down to Haney Kambosos versus Wilder and Hellenius because they're the ones that are going head to head.
Well, let's be real. Who's actually going to be watching Haney and Kambosos? Don't we really know the result if we're being honest with ourselves outside of America?
Yeah, we do.
Sporting cheap fucking people, do not underestimate them because I'm one of them.
I mean, wait, Jules, right quick about that. Like the Haney Kambosos card is happening in Australia, so should it be happening earlier, or you think, or maybe a little later?
No, see, they're going to do
Australia.
they're going to do it. They're going to do exactly what they did before. It's on Sunday in Australia, but in this part of the world, it's about 14 to 16 hours behind. It'll be prime time for us, just like before.
Okay, got it.
So
that whole hour jump thing is okay.
Yeah, so the ones it's really Top Rank and PBC that are going to be going head to head. The Sky card isn't going head to head with them. It'll be before that, leading into those shows. So that's kind of a silver lining. I gotta put you on the spot, Sporting. Very big Alicia Baumgartner fan over here. I'm not gonna hide that. All right.
Me too.
Very big supporter. Who's gonna win that fight, Sporting? Don't bullshit me.
Her and Michaela Mayer. You know, I have to back Baumgartner because of what she's done to Terry Harper. But at the same time, I can't forgive what she's done to Terry Harper, so I hope Michaela Mayer wins. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I still have nightmares seeing that poor Terry Harper, that poor girl who used to work in a fish and chip shop.
Sport, she's okay. She's fine. She's good now.
Yeah, but now Now it could well happen against Hannah Rankin. We know what Hannah Rankin done to her last opponent.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
I got to win in that fight, by the way, just so you know.
You do?
I'm going to say this. Let's get into the keys of success, because I honestly think that's a great fight. It really is a great fight. I don't think it's getting enough press. Hannah Rankin could hurt Terry Harper. I could see that. But Hannah's got slow feet, and I don't think she's got Terry's hand speed. So for me, what Hannah has to do is throw punches in bunches, cut the ring off, and pin her down and unload, and really hit her hard. Hit her fast and hit her harder as fast as you can, as hard as you can. Whereas what Terry has to do is use those legs. Don't get sucked into exchanges. Don't get sucked into the pocket. Straighten out your arms, straighten out your punches, stick and move. Stay on the outside. So long as she do that, she could win a points decision comfortably. Sporting, how do you see that fight? Your mic is real low, Sport.
Well, sorry, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I was at a boxing show the night when Alicia Baumgardner knocked out Terry Harper, and a couple of hours beforehand, and I was speaking to like a couple of people there, and I said, Terry's got this one easy. Because I mean, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I was being ignorant. I don't really know who Baumgardner was. Anyway, these people said to me, if you want to make some smart money, put it on Baumgardner, because Terry Harper is getting knocked the fuck out in sparring on numerous occasions in this camp. Her punch resistance is gone.
Wow. But don't you think that could have been, you know what Steffi Bull said? Shout out to Steffi. Love the guy. He's a great guy, very gracious with his time. Steffi said that a big part of the reason, at least according to them, this is what they said, that she was killing herself to make 130.
That's always the excuse, though.
Fair point. So you think that she's really like shot to where if she gets hit hard once, she'll go out?
Definitely.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
Wow, that's intriguing.
Definitely.
No, I mean,
that's scary.
And
that's
Hannah
scary.
Rankin punches hard, man.
I believe that. Look at what she did to Phoenix. I believe
and she's absolutely lovely, by the way. I met her, interviewed her. She's absolutely lovely, Terry, in Hannah Rankin and her little dog.
And Phoenix, for a perspective, Phoenix is she's lost some fights, but Phoenix is the kind of fighter to where it did surprise me, because I had Hannah winning a decision. That was what I predicted would happen, that Hannah will win a decision. I didn't pick her by knockout because, well, Phoenix has been around. She's fought some fighters, and I figured that she could survive. For Hannah to turn up on her like that, that's that X factor that every big fight has, that when the fighter is inspired, they bring out that A game.
Did she stop her in the last round?
She stopped. Yeah, that was in the last round. She stopped her. The referee she was unloading on her on the ropes, and thank God that she made it out of it all right, because it was scary. Like she was in an induced coma. It was scary. You think that could happen? Well, not the coma part. God forbid. I really wouldn't want that to happen. No. But you really feel like Terry could get stopped in this thing?
If Hannah Rankin can get to her, Hannah Rankin will put her out cold.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
And I worry about her. Listen, it's one thing to move up one weight class, two weight classes, but listen, we've all heard the sayings. There's weight classes for a reason. Don't fuck about with them. And if Terry Harper was struggling to make weight, and you know what, I have no reason to disbelieve that, but how many weights is she moving up? Is it 3?
It's about 3. She's moving past 40, past 47, up to 54.
Now, I know that Tasha Jonas done it, but that's somebody with a whole different background.
That is true. She's an Olympian.
I know she got knocked out before, but hey, no shame in losing to, was it Urbanov?
Urbanov. Yeah, she's a fucking killer, man. Literally.
Yeah. But at the same time, I mean, to be honest, when it comes to Tasha Jonas and Hannah Rankin, I think I might just favor Hannah Rankin, if I'm being honest.
Really? In a Jonas fight? Behind what you just saw in the Bergult fight?
Yeah. I like Tasha Jonas. I supported her in the amateurs and everything like that. I like her, and I think she's absolutely lovely. She's beautiful and everything, and her backstory is great. I don't rate her coach, I have to be honest, but yeah, I don't think she's going to survive too well in this weight division. I don't.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that Hannah and Ben are stupid. I don't think that Steffi and Terry are stupid either. I really don't. I think they're both. Honestly, I'm probably one of the few people that chooses not to pick a side. I like them both. I scored the fight a draw, and I didn't do that on purpose. I watched the fight live here on the channel, And for me, it was 5 rounds even on both sides. That's what I had when the fight was over. So I didn't feel like anybody got robbed. I like Joe. I like Tesco Joe. I don't give a shit. I know a lot of people don't like Joe, but I like Joe. I like Steffi. I think he's great at what he does. He's done wonders with Terry, who doesn't come from a deep amateur background, and he's really turned her into something. I don't think it's as ominous a situation as some make it out to be. I do, because Terry's young, and I think most people don't realize that she's actually young. And, maybe it's possible that because she had a layoff, because people forget that she did have a layoff before the Baumgartner fight. She had a hand surgery, and then there was a refracture after that, which kept her out even longer. And in that time, perhaps she did outgrow the weight. And when she tried to make it, yes, she made it, but she wasn't really match fit. Maybe it's possible.
My problem with Terry is, and it sounds horrible, but she's too nice. She's not a killer.
I see what you mean.
And Steffi, listen, I'm sure Steffi's a nice guy and everything, but he comes across as a bit of a yes man. If Eddie Hearn wants to make her fight someone, she's fighting that person. Steffi Bull ain't gonna back her. Steffi Bull loves this opportunity. Who else has Steffi Bull got? Let's be honest.
Well, I mean, he's got Raven. He's got Raven. Raven's doing all right.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I like Raven.
He's got Maxie. He's got Maxie Hughes.
Yeah, but okay. He's got what, the IBO? You could win the IBO.
Come on.
By the way, could I ask y'all something?
Oh shit! I hope Steffi didn't hear that.
But okay, could I ask both of y'all something? Maxie Hughes, he's about to fight Galahad, right?
Yeah, he's about to fight Galahad, bro.
Do you?
And he's gonna lose the belt.
You think you guys favor Galahad to beat him?
Yeah. I mean, I do, because this is a better weight for Galahad. At the Kiko Martinez 126, so now he's moving up to 135 for this. No, it's 130. 130.
Oh, it's 130 contest.
130. Yeah.
Okay.
Kid outgrew featherweight. I mean,
yeah.
Well, I don't even want to take it away from Kiko either. That Kiko landed some really good shots that were there. So let me not even. I don't want to do that, because Kiko did his thing in that fight. Like he saw that he hurt the guy, he got off a good shot, and he saw he was susceptible to it, so he fucking did it. So I don't want to shit on him. But this is a better weight for Kid Galahad, because he was always a little on the big side for a featherweight.
No, I agree. I think, but again, that's just the excuse, isn't it? Because he got knocked out. Oh, I was weight trained for too long. Okay, why didn't you move up before then? Why did you wait till you get knocked out? It always seems to be the repetitive excuse.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong that it's easy to say that, but there are fighters that I look at them and I do wonder, how long can you keep doing this? Like, for example, Devin hasn't been knocked out, but when I see that, a guy like JoJo can get your attention, or I see that it took you like 2 rounds to recover from a Linares right hand, which I understand is a right hand. It's one of the best right hands in the division. And I look at the size of him at that weight, Devin Haney. I'm like, nah, this kid's outgrowing this division. And if he stays here too long, he's going to get hurt. And I said that about Lopez ahead of the Cambosos fight. That, like, if he stays here too long, he's going to get fucking clipped. He's a big kid for this division. And, when I look at Terry's not a small super featherweight. She's not. Like, she's young, so I know that she's growing. I know that her metabolism is going to slow down. That's what happens to all of us. So I'm open to a lot of things that I hear. I'm open. But I also know that Alicia punches hard anyway, because I've seen other fights that she had where she fucking stopped girls and hurt girls. So it more than one thing can be true at the same time.
Can I say something in the last fight?
Go ahead, Leo. Go ahead, Leo. Oh wait, let me talk about her last fight. The woman that she fought, Lucas Mathisse's sister, that woman's never been stopped, and she's fought more punchers than just Alicia Baumgartner. So when Alicia goes in there and she doesn't stop her, I say I'm not surprised, because that girl, she's been in there with punchers, a lot of punchers, and they didn't stop her. So it's not a knock. Yeah, it's not a knock on Alicia, because this lady's a vet. She done fought a lot of people, and nobody ever stopped her. So it's like that. Now,
Maya is overly confident, though. She's super confident, though.
Well, I mean, look, if you're Michaela, you're going to be confident in a situation like that, because you fought someone that people don't choose to fight, and that's Maiva Hamadouche. You don't choose Maiva Hamadouche. In fact, you swerve Maiva Hamadouche if you can. You don't what she's bringing. You know it's going to be a hard night at the office. So if you're her and you just did that, and I might add, you hung in the pocket with somebody you shouldn't even fight in the pocket, let alone hang with them. If you do that, yeah, it's going to make you confident. So I think that's where the confidence comes from. But I also think she's underestimating Alicia. I do. You keep talking about her right hand, and I'm like, yo, have you seen this woman fight? Because all you're talking about is her right hand. You know she has a lot more than just a right hand, right? Like, she's like, you sound like you talking about Wilder or some shit. Like, man, this woman can box.
Hey, Jules, you know what that reminds me of? You remember how way back when Ricky Hatton kept talking about he was criticizing Manny Pacquiao, right hands roll under, straight left, and what happened to him in the fight?
Did he get dropped by that one?
Yeah, he got dropped by the right hand roll under and nailed by the straight left.
So the one thing you were looking for.
Let me go to Leo. Leo, go ahead, Leo.
Okay, for me, the main tale that someone has entered the ring being compromised is when he gets caught with something really big and stupid. Like, let's say, for example, Teofimo Lopez.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't only compromised on a physical level, he was compromised on a mental level because he was being pressured to finish the fight like in 1-2 rounds because he wasn't feeling well.
Mm-hmm.
In the opposite side we have something like Josh Warrington against Lara. It wasn't like you were wagering or nothing. It was Lara was hitting your heart and it was beating the shit out of you. So it's when a fighter gets caught with something really big, something that you're supposed to dodge, you're supposed to protect yourself. It's not the same you are being set up with a counter punch. In the case of this guy, Kid Galahad. Kid Galahad just stood there for the big overhand right.
Agreed.
For me, it looked like it was maybe you are not feeling well and you are not quick to react where something comes to you. And Kiko capitalized on that situation. So maybe he, in another way, he can perform better. But maybe after that performance is shot. Who knows?
I'm going to say this to Sporting, and I'm going to say this to Beats. Y'all know Dominic Engel.
Uh-huh.
Y'all know what he's associated with. All the fat kids. So he's associated with all the fat kids, bro. The guys that might need a little something extra to make the weight. So when I see that Kid Galahad, he's getting hit with shit, that really shouldn't hurt, because for a perspective, remember, after Kiko knocked out Kid Galahad, right? Who'd he go in there with? Fucking Josh Warrington. Now, Josh took the shots. He got his jaw broke, but he didn't get knocked out, right? So when I see Kid did get knocked out and Josh didn't, even though he'd been knocked out, what that tells me is Kid's punch resistance was sapped, likely because he can't make the weight no more. That's how I felt.
You have to remember, at the Engel gym, they don't do full contact sparring. They only do body sparring as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Beats.
Oh wow.
Beats.
Yo,
What do you think got Kid Galahad knocked out? Do you think he stayed at the weight too long, or is that just a convenient explanation?
nah, he didn't stay at the weight too long. He just won the belt, wants to make money. He's been used to cutting the weight for a long time. Dominic always says that he's the best at conditioning his fighters to cut weight. So I don't think that's the issue. I believe Kid has got away with, the Winker Bank, hands down, and he's got a decent chin. And one day, you're going to get caught out. You fight long enough, you'll get caught out, And Martinez just hit the sweet spot and he went out. It's as simple as that. You know what I mean? Simple as that.
But when you see that Josh, who we all know, he's a very exciting young fighter. I still got a sweet spot for Josh. I got a soft spot for him because he's in a lot of fun fucking fights. The Frampton fight was a fun fucking fight. But you know that Josh Warrington's not big on power, and Mauricio had already knocked him out. That same Josh goes in there with that same Kiko. He don't get knocked out. You see what I mean? That when I see a dude like, oh, well, Josh took the power, Josh took the shots, Kid couldn't. Well, why not? And Kid fucking fought Josh Warrington, remember?
Yeah,
a lot of people think he beat him.
What you have to bear in mind is like Kiko didn't land a punch until he landed. He didn't land a punch. He was getting the crap beaten out of him. So I'm not saying it was a lucky shot or anything like that, but it happens. It happens. Like, you know, like Kid wasn't expecting it. He wasn't expecting it. He got caught. Went out. When you're least expecting the shot to happen, like he probably thought he was going to close the show in a couple of rounds.
Yeah.
And that's when you're really vulnerable, actually. When you think you've got it backed. You know what I mean?
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot. I put Sporting on the spot. I'm going to put you on the spot, Beats. Who's going to win today, Beats?
I don't know who's going to win out of Shields and Marshall. I wanted Marshall to win. I wanted Savannah, but I don't know because I've never seen her fight someone like Clarissa. So the power might be compromised against Clarissa. I don't know who's going to win that. 50-50. And I'd hope Savannah wins it. Baumgardner, I think she would have pulled it off. I was a little worried though because at the Sky Studio, she was getting very animated, and then she started getting flustered, didn't she? Getting a little flustered.
She did get a little flustered, but I know people like Alicia. I know a lot of people like Alicia, right? And what you're seeing in that moment is not flustered. She is ready to fight. And because Michaela's there, that you're physically here, at least that's how I look. I know a lot of people like this, I'm telling you. And it's not that you saying better shit than me or none of that. It's that, yo, now that you here, my body is on flight mode. Like, I'm trying to fuck you up. I ain't trying to be sitting here saying shit to you and talking to you. I'm trying to fuck you up. So that's how I took it. But I could see why people might think that she was losing her cool. I just didn't feel that way.
Well, she got it back together at the final press conference. Like she seemed to compose herself a little more. Although she really wanted to let Michaela know. And what I tell you what, if you look at Alicia's arms, they're like, damn, she's been really working at her game. She looked powerful, bro.
Looks fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah. I think she would have been too dynamic for Michaela. I think it would have been a tough fight. I think Michaela's height and determination will make her difficult to beat. But I don't think she could deal like you were saying, she's talking about, oh, she's got one right hand. No, she's quite a dimensional fighter, Alicia, actually. She's more dimensional than Michaela.
Yeah, like Michaela, I'm going to say this. Michaela is, and the funny thing is, I don't want people to think I hate Michaela Mayer because I'm picking someone to beat her. You know what I mean? I don't want people to think that. I have a high opinion of Michaela's boxing, right? She's got the fundamentals and the textbook stuff, more or less, down packed. But no, it's not perfect because I did see Farias hurt you. I saw that. She clipped you and backed you into the ropes. I saw that. And that was a fighter that's close to 40 that came down from 40 to 30, all right? I saw that you hit her with a lot of shit, and she took that shit. She shouldn't have been able to take that shit. Not if her last fight was at 40, and this fight is at 30, and that fight was a year ago, and now she at 30. You should have been able to take her out. So with that, I see, okay, your power, you're a great boxer. And yeah, you could probably hurt some girls. I don't really think you could. I don't feel like you could hurt Alicia. More importantly, even if you up the tempo, the way that Alicia fight, that she keep her head on a swivel, keep that torso on a swivel, she could get low. She's shorter than you. She has a lower center of gravity than you do. She get low, you got to punch down to hit her. You punch down, overhand right. That's the little things that I see that I'm like, yo, I don't know why they sleeping on this girl. Like, they really, all she got is a rat. Like, fam, like, have you seen her fight? If you haven't seen her fight, I could understand. Just, you know, like just if you haven't seen the things I've seen. I've seen her hurt girls to the body. I put that in one of the highlights. of the intro. To like, I seen her fold a girl up to the body on the rope. She's going off, and I'm like, yo, where they get that? All she got is a right hand. She ain't Wilder. Have you seen this? This woman can box.
Yeah, she can box.
Boxing is see, Michaela reminds me of Hector. You learned through application, whereas this is more of an Achilles. That they feel they shit. It's in they shit. All they shit. They move and being dynamic and in lines and shit like that. That's what I see. That this one is a natural and this one is applied science.
Yeah, Alicia moves like a ballet dancer around the ring. I don't know what they're
amazing. Fucking woman.
I don't know what they're saying there.
Now with Shields, I'm more settled on Shields and Marshall than Mayer and Baumgartner, and the reason is Shields' boxing is meticulous. It's like she does a lot of things great, not well, great. The thing is that Savannah only has to do one thing to cause all of that to come apart at the seams. She only literally has to do one thing: punches and bunches. Punches. That's it. That's literally. It's not some deep secret. It's not some shit you got to go to the Amazon and climb up a mountain to find. It's punches and bunches. All right. The one person that was able to get through on Clarissa Shields just so happens to be a person that was not afraid of her, and that was Hannah Gabriels. That's why she dropped her. If you gonna let your hands go, I'm gonna let my hands go, and we gonna go.
I thought Gabriel's had a case on the scorecards. Maybe I'm a bit biased, but
no. It's no. Honestly, like I get it, and it's Gabriel's. People don't realize Gabriel's can punch, but she's not a big puncher. More importantly, she got knocked out by a smaller woman than Clarissa, a much smaller woman than Clarissa, who's nowhere near as good a boxer as Clarissa. So Clarissa not being able to take that woman out when she moved up from junior middle to middle, that told me, look, I've given you enough chances, because and you could watch the video. I said it in the video. I've given you enough chances as far as the power, and now I'm convinced you don't have power. Like, you can do everything else great. You got reflexes, you got speed, your boxing is beautiful, but you don't have no power. No.
I mean, she was trying to tell herself and tell us that she can punch, and
no, she can't. She can't.
Maybe that's what she needs to tell herself to make herself more confident going into this fight.
No, she got herself knocked out doing that. That's what she'll do.
That's what I think.
I mean,
but
Clarissa has great counter punching, right? And counter punching, when you're a great counter puncher, you don't actually need to be a hard puncher, because you're hitting someone with punches they don't see, they don't brace themselves for. So you're hitting them in moments when their chin isn't tucked. You're hitting them between shots and they get hit and they don't like it. So that can compensate for power that you don't have, because they become hesitant over time. And if you've seen any Clarissa Shields fight, you've seen them all. They get hesitant after a while. They stop fighting. They cover up and try to hang on. Because once they stop fighting, she starts to unload. But it's the fact that you get girls on the ropes, you're faster than they are, you can't drop them or you can't stop them. And they're not fighting. They're not fighting back. And you're landing shots to the body. You're getting through the guard, or you're getting around the guard. Punches are sailing around the guard, and they're not going down. So that's how I know you don't have power. Your best bet to beat Savannah is keep it a boxing match and slow the fight down. Keep the counters coming. She wants to come forward, let her. And let her throw, slip, hook, or slip, shoot a right hand down the pipe. Get her to calm down. That's what Clarissa has to do. What Savannah has to do is don't mind the counter. Don't mind none of that. This girl is not no knockout puncher. Don't mind none of that. Punches and bunches, and more importantly, don't aim at the head. She'll move it. Body shots. Don't aim at her head. Not at first. Body shots. I saw her doing a drill with Peter. She's coming forward, head on a swivel, uppercut, 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 uppercut. It's like that's what I wanted to see. I'm like, that's what she needs to do.
Have you noticed with Savannah Marshall that even though she's an orthodox fighter, her body and her feet move like a southpaw?
Yep.
That's a hell of a trick.
I'm going to get Lisa in on the convo. Lisa, how disappointed are you that we didn't get to watch these girls beat the hell out of each other today?
I mean, it happens. I'm not disappointed. I mean, yes, of course, I wanted to see the fight, but it's just protocol. I mean, we have to understand this. Look, it happened recently when Floyd was supposed to fight this guy on an exhibition.
The Don
And
Moore guy, yep.
right. And it was a royal member, I believe, there that
It
passed
was.
away.
It was.
And it was postponed or whatever. So this happens. There hasn't been a US president that died in office since Kennedy.
That's true. That is
So
true.
it would happen here too. She was a presiding queen that reigned in office. So, people our selfishness, of course we want it. We want what we want. But we have to be, it's nothing, not a damn thing nobody could do.
It ain't.
So my maturity kicked in and was like, nah, we just have to wait. There's nothing that nobody could do. But
you know what
people are
makes me
talking
happy,
about-
Lisa? What makes me happy is a lot of people is talking about this card, and never mind that it's girls. They want to see the fights. And the fact that so many people were disappointed was still dope, because now that's where it's at. That people waiting and they want this, and they don't give a shit, and they want this, because that's where they was trying to get it to, where people want to see these fighters, and now it's here. So this is still a beautiful thing to me.
Right. They just got to keep the buzz going. They got to keep the buzz going, keep the smack talking going, keep people interested. I mean, the fight is there. It's people are interested, but they just got to keep, like Michaela Mayer and Baumgartner was still talking trash.
I'm going to try to get them.
Twitter or whatever.
I'm going to try to
Jules,
get
you got to
them.
get them. You got to get them.
No, I am. It's just that. See, the thing is that I made the mistake of wearing my heart on my sleeve on Twitter. So I'm low key Team Bump. Well, I ain't low key. I'm high key Team Bump. I'll scream and break her ribs, Alicia. So I'm gonna go from saying break her ribs to you can come on real.
I mean, Jules, if you can't get them both, at least get Alicia to come back before she,
Yeah. It's just I wanted to do the thing, and I wasn't, it's not. I don't want to blindside anyone, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to blindside them. I wanted to do a gloves are off style sit down. I will take the time out to prepare questions, well thought out questions. I'm very good at that. Well thought out questions, even though I never do it because I usually don't have to. But I just shoot from the hip mostly. But I would prepare some well thought out questions, some intriguing questions for both of them, and I'll try to keep control of the shit. If I lose control, well, that makes for great TV anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I could do it, man, because I got a feeling Sky wasn't gonna do it because it was 2 days out from the fucking fight. They gave us the trash talk thing, but that's not the same as you here, and I'm gonna mediate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would have been cool. Yeah.
I want that shit, yo. They did it for Alicia. I mean, they did it for Savannah and Clarissa. Like, I seen they did it for them, but I was like, yo, they not gonna do it for Alicia and Michaela? They got plenty more to say. Fucking Savannah's called the silent assassin. How many fucking words are you gonna get out of her? You know what I mean? She's called the silent assassin. Like, I love her, but she's called the silent assassin. She don't really talk a lot. Like, not really. So we got some
great press conference, though.
She said some good shit. I like both things that they said. She said, "If you look like that against me, I'm gonna applaud." Like when she, I was rolling off that shit.
You want my belts? You want my belts? Huh?
Like, no, thank you. I don't. I don't know. Like, that's not a Liverpool accent, right? That's not a Liverpool accent that she has. That's Hartlepool. So that's not a Liverpool accent, right? That's not like a belly like I'm goated.
Nah, that's northeast. That's northeast.
I love how she talk, man. Yeah. I love how she talk, man. I'm gonna mop the floor with you. Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you. Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you.
I'm gonna hurt you in a wheel.
I'm gonna stop you.
In a wheel.
I love how she, I can listen to that shit. I can listen to that fucking shit all day.
Girls from up north from that region, they're tough, bro. They're tough girls. Tough girls.
I could listen, man. I'm gonna see if I could offer her, like Savannah, like $500 to read the Lord of the Rings to me, just like an audio book. So I can go that shit would be great. And Gandalf said that if you don't fuck with the ring, you don't fuck. I could just listen to that shit all day, bro. I ain't even. I'm not joking. By the way, I'm serious.
Oh, we know you are. We know you are.
I would pay for that shit. Like that's the way. It's like her accent is the English version of a Mexican accent because Mexicans sing with a talk with a rhythm. Vamos para allá, güey. Órale. They sing. They talk like they're singing, and that's how she talk. Like she's singing. It's a beautiful fucking accent. I know everybody ain't gonna agree with me, but I like it, and I don't give a fuck what other people like.
I got a problem with it.
Well, she's from my area.
But you don't sound like Savannah Marshall.
No, because I grew up near London.
So would you say that that's the equivalent? Is that the UK equivalent of, say, a Southern twang to American? You know, because in America there's the Southern twang. The further south you go, the more you get the twang. Is that is that basically what that is for a Brit?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's we're right in the border of Scotland. Now
that makes sense.
My mum has the exact accent of Savannah Marshall. I can just close my eyes and I hear my mum when Savannah speaks.
I love that accent personally. I do. But so what's I know that Natasha's from Liverpool. Basically, she's from Liverpool. Her and Tesco Joe. So they sound similar. Those accents.
Joe's from Manchester.
Oh, Joe's from Manchester.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. He took over Phil Martin's gym from probably 90s. Yeah.
Why does the Liverpool accent sound similar to the Hartlepool accent?
I don't think it does.
You don't think? To me, to the ear, when Natasha talks, it also sounds like she's singing. Like there's vowels that they drag when they talk. That both of them really. And to me, it sounds a little similar. Are those two places within proximity of each other? Liverpool and they're not.
No. Savannah's accent is actually the same as April Hunter and Georgia O'Connor. It's just that Savannah's quieter with it. It's the same area. Liverpool, they speak with phlegm. Like,
I gotta fucking.
I think that's because what was it? You see the Liverpool accent. I think it was down to a breakout of what disease was it?
Smallpox? Wasn't it smallpox?
I don't think it was smallpox. I'm not even going to quote what it was. I'll have to look it up. And I think that's
I remember reading about that, and I think, like Beat said, don't quote me. I think it was smallpox.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man. It's a lot of fucking. See, this is why I like reading about shit. Fucking shit is fucking interesting, bro.
Yeah.
Accents are interesting.
They are, man. Like most people that hear an Argentinian accent don't realize what you're listening to is an Italian accent in Spanish, because that's what they are. They're Italians that speak Spanish.
See, that's the thing. I can't. Sorry.
Well, I was about to say, if you ever interview Savannah, it's kind of very, very famous, her area, because she's part of like a real fighting town with like the Culp brothers, Adam Culp, and who's like a very good friend of mine, Tommy Ward, and like others. Don't ask her about hanging monkeys.
I know the story, the French Revolution thing, and the boat, and I read, because I like reading, bro. I love reading. But I think I would be too. There's certain. I'm gonna be honest. There's certain fighters that I stay away from. Like I stay away from Katie because I would be too starstruck. Right? I'm that way with Savannah. I couldn't talk to Savannah though. Like I wouldn't be able to. She'd probably get annoyed and hang up. Shit.
Yeah, she's really nice. I've spoken to her loads because obviously she's like best friends with April, and obviously I'm friends with April. But she's really, really nice. She's very. I mean, how you see her on TV is how she is in real life.
I would be honestly, because I've been watching her fucking fights for like fucking 4 or 5 years, bro.
Yeah, like, very down to earth, very down to earth.
I'd be too fucking starstruck. She'd get pissed off or something like, this guy's a fucking idiot.
He's not Irish.
Let's fucking find this bozo.
I'll tell you what, it's kind of like in my friends in New York. They would tell me they could tell the difference between a Bronx accent and a Queens accent. I can't tell the difference.
Oh yeah, I could tell it. Yeah, definitely.
But
It's noticeable. It's noticeable.
I can definitely hear a distinction between a Northeast accent and a Liverpool accent. You know what I mean?
Oh, Jules, did you know that Terry Harper has actually been in camp with Savannah in April?
Really?
Yeah, for this fight.
Well, she's getting good sparring from them.
Yeah.
I would say so. I mean, we know Savannah has better feet than Hannah, so if you can deal with Savannah, you can deal with Hannah.
Mm.
She's definitely big. We saw that. She's bigger than Hannah. I want to say this, shifting gears a little bit, because my predictions haven't changed. I'm with Baumgartner until the wheels fall off. With Clarissa and Savannah, it's like it's not a question of the power being real. I know the power is real. I seen that. I know that. Is can you land? And that's always been my thing. You have to be able to land and don't get discouraged. That's an intangible for me. If you miss a couple of shots, you go for a couple of shots and you get popped in the face, are you gonna give up? Are you gonna check out? Or is there enough there that you're gonna keep going? I feel like Peter, because of the way he is, and he knows what to say. I'm like, nah, she'll keep going. She'll keep going. She'll keep throwing. Because that's all you have to do in this situation. It's not some deep secret. It's not you got to go to the Tibetan monks to find the Shaolin temple. You just have to throw punches in bunches, and that's what's going to win you the fight. Clarissa doesn't become a volume puncher until after the other girl gives up. After that, once the girl gives up, she's in cruise control. She starts unloading on the girl. But up until that point, she's very careful, very economic, very fundamentally sound. You have to get through that and force her to fight. Once you do that, you've got her. You just got to force her to fight.
Did you know that with Peter Fury now, I know he hasn't trained too many people, but none of his fighters have ever hit the canvas.
That doesn't surprise me. Look at Huey. Look at Huey. He lost to Parker and he lost to Povetkin, but he didn't hit the deck. Think about that.
He's never been down before in his career?
No.
Huey's never been down.
Wow.
That's how I used to say, like, damn, yo, Huey got a chin because he been in there with people that, like, remember,
yes,
look, you see what Povetkin did to fucking White.
Yep, yes, he has.
He smoked him, but he couldn't get Huey down. He couldn't get Huey down.
Now, Tyson Fury, he went down when he fought Cunningham, but obviously Peter wasn't allowed in his corner on that night.
Mm.
Because he was in America.
What's the falling out they got? What's that all about?
It's just lots of different shit. Okay,
does that something to do with like his dad? You think, or
no? Well, I think it. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I hear like so many different things that it could be. I mean, one thing that I know is, do you know when Huey lost to Parker? Obviously, Huey was absolutely devastated. What did Tyson Fury do? Go out celebrating with Parker.
And he hangs out with Parker too. He hangs out with Parker. I just realized that. Yeah, like
I remember when they was in David Hayes' gym, and that really pissed Tyson off, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, that really pissed.
What was that deal, Beats? By the way, because that was never announced, was it?
Who was David supposed to fight? No, David was supposed to. They just said he was in the enemy's gym or something. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember the whole situation, to be honest.
No, Hennessy signed some deal with Haymaker, but I don't know what that deal ever was.
Yeah. Well, Tyson's very temperamental, isn't he? So.
Yeah.
I mean, Peter's going to know things about Tyson that we don't, but I'm going to say this, and this isn't related to just the boxing shit and all the shit, just the kind of guy that Fury is, you can't really be cool with a guy. See, Parker's a bit of a beta, and you can see that. Like, he's a bit of a beta. Like, my friend's Tyson Fury. So you just happy to be there, bro. But a guy like Peter, if you look at Peter, no nonsense guy. No, he's a no nonsense type of dude. And what's Fury all about? Nonsense. Pure, unadulterated fucking nonsense, bro.
Peter, he's one of these guys, and obviously I know plenty of people who go down there and spar his guys, and Savannah and that, like Georgia and Steve and that. And some of the stories you hear is that Peter goes absolutely ballistic with his fighters if they're not performing, even in sparring.
Was it when Huey was training for the Joseph Parker fight, and they went into David Hay gym then? Was it then?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Oh, right. Now, okay.
Yeah, like I see a guy like Peter. I've known guys that are like that. Old guys. Peter's an old, like he an OG. He just Americans probably can't tell because of the accent. But that dude is like an OG. And all that goofy dumb shit, he just don't be with none of that shit. That's kind of like when I was a kid and everybody was wearing their shit backwards because of crisscross. The old heads wasn't going for that dumb shit. Like, man, I ain't about to be out here with a fucking pacifier in my mouth wearing my fucking jeans backwards. What kind of dumb shit is y'all on? And he's
Remember
that. Go ahead, Sport.
Remember when Peter blasted Tyson in front of everyone when they went over to it was for the rematch for Klitschko, and like a Tyson was doing that whole thing like, you know what, I could retire today. I don't need to have this rematch, blah blah. And Peter turned around in front of everyone and said, "I hear you say that again, and I'll send you the fuck home, and you'll never come in my gym again."
Maybe the reason they don't get along is
that
because
what he said to him.
Yeah.
maybe Fury's untrainable and people don't notice how many trainers he's gone through over the years.
He's going through a lot.
It doesn't
But
get said. It doesn't get said that he's gone through a lot of trainers. It doesn't really get said.
Quick question: is he still with Sugar Hill Stewart? Because I heard like some rumors that he left or something.
Well, Isaac Lowe was going to train him now. That's
Isaac Lowe. The gift that keeps on giving. You seen his Twitter? It's hilarious.
Like when he said Isaac Lowe, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
He's like an
Yeah,
angry
but
dwarf.
that was a fucking joke. Like
I
they
figured,
asked,
yeah. Like, who?
they asked
According-
Sugar Hill. They asked Sugar Hill about Usyk. That's how I know that all of that was a joke because they asked Sugar Hill about Usyk, and he said, "Nah, we'll beat the shit out that dude." Da 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 da. So to me, yeah, he's still getting trained by Sugar Hill.
okay.
Who in their right mind gonna believe Isaac Lowe finna train this man? Come on now, like really?
Nah, but you forget, Tyson Fury's dad said, that he only lost to the best featherweight in the world.
Of course.
Bro,
That
I
was
didn't
after the
know.
Lopez fight, if you're wondering. That's what it was, not the ball fight.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Nick Ball. I mean, like
Nah,
Nick Ball
nah.
he did beat the shit out of him, real nice though.
Yeah, he did.
Now the
did,
Lopez
he
one was
did.
worse though. Have any of you ever seen that fight?
Yeah,
Bro, it looked like
That's
he was
hard.
beating the shit out of young Amish boy.
I'm a fan of watching Isaac Lowe getting beaten up because he's trolling.
Yo, I saw that first fight, right? And I looked away for 1 second, and then I just heard, "Oh my God, he's down!" And I looked back at my TV screen. I said, "What happened?"
Isaac's come after my channel a few times, so I've got no problem dissing Isaac. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Isaac. When I watched that Nick Ball fight, because I don't think I've seen Isaac fight before that. I knew the name, I knew who he was, but I think that's the first time I sat down and really watched him. And I'm like, yo, he really looked like a young Amish boy. Like they went up to PA in them cornfields. And they just found his ass in the cornfield and like, yo, get in the ring, bro.
You want to box? All right, come on.
You want to box? You know what I'm saying?
You'll know that Rob McCracken was Tyson Fury's first coach as a pro.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
I
Yeah,
know that.
I heard about that
Yeah.
too. I heard about that.
I did not know that. This is what I mean. That I don't think it gets said enough. That maybe Tyson is a difficult fighter to train because he won't listen. Because usually when you see a guy go through a lot of trainers, that's usually what's going on. Usually they're like, yo, this dude is untrainable. Like, but it's just that Tyson's had so much success. You know what you're gonna tell yourself: if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whatever he's been doing has been working for him, more or less. So, you know.
You know who else is going up the trainers to Wazoo? Andy Ruiz. How many trainers has he been through now?
Yeah, but he said he willing to go back to
Eddie?
he said that. I don't know if he is because Eddie got a lot on his plate, but
I mean, if they lose to Triple G this week, it could be a wrap for them. Like
Bruh.
like
nah, but that's real. No, but that's real though. But that is
exactly.
real, though.
That's yeah, for real.
Yeah,
Is anybody picking Triple G to win though?
no.
I'm not, but I want him to. But I'm not though.
I would as a going out present, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't respect waiting that long for one guy.
See, I think that people aren't realizing that if Triple G were to win the fight, that would be terrible for the division, terrible for boxing, right?
Yep.
Triple G's not going to fight any of these people that people want Canelo to fight.
Mm-mm.
With Canelo, Yeah, you stand a chance of getting a Benavidez. You do, though. You do stand a chance of getting a Benavidez fight. You do stand a chance of getting an Andrade fight or a Bivol. You stand a chance of actually, which is why I would. I'm not just picking him to win because I think he's going to win. Like, I actually think he's going to win. But also, beyond that fight, the fights that people want to see, the reality is that Bivol, I would not, if I'm Eddie, I don't even want that fucking rematch. I'd rather put Canelo in there with Andrade or somebody than Bivol. I need this kid to keep winning. That's what I need. So go in there with Andrade, bro. Or we'll make Benavidez an offer. And if his bitch ass don't like it, all right, motherfucker, hit the road then, motherfucker. You don't control shit. And that's what these cocksucking motherfuckers need to understand. Y'all don't control shit. If the cash cow of boxing says, yo, I want to box you on the zone, go to the zone, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I'm not coming to you. He made an exception.
The fuck you look like telling me that unless it's on your platform, we can't. Then suck dick and kick rocks, bitch.
I don't see him fighting. I don't see him fighting Andrade.
It's possible.
Yeah, I don't either.
I just don't see it.
I'm gonna be real with you.
By now.
Andre don't got nothing to do, Lisa.
Like,
he ain't got nothing to do. And where is that Parker fight? Somebody please tell me, because I ain't heard.
I heard about it
Jules,
too.
Elaborate on it. You elaborate on that again, Jules? What's going on with that?
I said it. Not only did I see something about Parker's next fight that did not include Andre. I got it screenshotted. Not only did I see that, but the WBO ordered that shit, what, 2-3 weeks ago? We ain't heard shit.
Yeah.
We ain't heard shit. The most I heard since they ordered that fight is other people that Parker might fight, not Andre. And you can't confuse the WBO ordering the fight with them going into negotiations. I haven't heard shit about no negotiations. All I heard was WBO ordered the fight. That's it. That's all. I ain't heard that they sat down and ironed out a deal. Has anybody asked Frank? Has anybody seen anything on IFL about rescheduling Parker Andre? Because until I do, I don't know where the fuck we at. So if I devised the scenario to where if I'm Eddie Hearn, listen, I don't want Canelo to fight Bivol again, right? Fuck that fight. Bivol gonna act funny anyway. Whatever. He want belts, go get him, motherfucker. Because I don't get no money off you like that. Not like this motherfucker, right? So I want to keep Canelo winning. Yo, Andre, drop that belt, hang tight. I'm gonna get you, Canelo. Hang tight. I'm gonna get you, Canelo, because Andre is more beatable than Bivol by far. Anybody that saw the Cole K fight knows that. Anybody that, if you didn't see that fight, go back and watch it.
Like Andre ordered to fight. I forgot his name now.
Yanni
Beck. I'm going to disagree with that. I'm
telling you here. Listen, if Liam Williams can touch you late in a fight, he took your best in the beginning. You dropped him. He took your best. He got up and he started giving you hell. I'm telling you right now that if he fights Zach Parker, and I'm not saying it to be funny, I don't think he's going to win that fight. In fact, I think he might get stopped.
Yeah. I thought about it too. Like, I didn't know too much about Zach Parker, so I started watching film on him, and I don't know, he's like kind of...
He's explosive.
And he switches stances a lot too. And another thing is, Andre's been out for a while.
It's these things, bro. He's 34, right? He hasn't actually fought a lot of guys that hit hard. He's 34. This Zach Parker kid, he's not just a big, young, unbeaten kid who's younger than Andre. He's a body puncher. He's going to take your legs away. You know that, right? Every time he gets close to you, he's going to hit you to the body. And I saw what happened in the Williams fight. He hit you late and he hurt you. And that was at 60.
Yep.
It was at 60.
I remember.
Parker is bigger than him, hits harder than him. For my money, Parker is actually better, way better than a Liam Williams. Liam Williams don't go the distance.
I'm not sure about that.
Liam Williams does not go the distance with Zach Parker. No.
I see Zach get a gift decision against Darren.
With one arm, though. He wasn't even fighting at full strength.
So what?
What?
It was a gift decision. Why
You're judging a one-armed man versus a two-armed man?
Did you see what he did to Morrison, Beats?
Wait.
Did you see what he did to Morrison, Beats?
Wait. If it was one arm, why did he go in the ring? Why do you guys make excuses for people?
No, it happened. Did it happen during the fight?
No, so what? That's his issue.
But then, how am I gonna argue and say that?
What I'm saying, he didn't win the fight.
Beats is Frank Warren. You know this. Is Frank Warren gonna let Andre go to Derby and win on points?
Depends if he's got him under a multi-fight contract.
I don't see. I like. It'd have to be really convincing.
Wait, question: who had one arm? Who hurt the arm in the fight?
Zach.
Zach.
Okay. Oh, okay. Which part was that? The Morrison fight or
the Daryl Williams fight?
Daryl Williams.
Oh,
yeah, he was getting his ass whooped.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw that.
That was the guy that kept crouching.
I'm just telling you, there's more things working against Andre in that fight. You want me to be honest? I give him a better chance with Yanni Beck than Zach.
I would.
I saw Yanni Beck with Hassan Ndam, a mobile target. Y'all know him, Hassan Ndam.
They'll be watching.
Got it likes to move around the ring a lot. And Yanni Beck just kept throwing the 1-2. Just kept 1-2 and 1-2. And he looked robotic, trying to put his power on the guy, but chase him at the same time. And I'm like, well, come on now. Like, Andre's a cut above a fucking Ndam. Not even saying that Yanni Beck couldn't get him. No, he could get him, but the difficulty level. If you fight Zach, you know you're not just fighting Zach.
Who's Zach beat for you guys to have this high opinion of what?
Who has Andre beat is my question.
He's been world champion of 2 weights, man.
And
That's
the
cool.
champion of vacant titles, Beats.
Vaness is better than anyone that Zach Parker.
Didn't Vaness drop Andre?
No, I don't think he dropped him.
He dropped him.
He did, yeah. He dropped him like the second round.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
We dropped him early.
This is my point. I don't have don't confuse it. Don't confuse it. I don't have nothing against Demetrius, but I'm looking at Demetrius through the same lens that I look at anybody. I need to know who the best fighter you fought is and how'd you do. Now, Jack Coquet, he's not known to Americans. I know that. He's based out of fucking Germany, for God's sake. But he's a tricky little bastard. And when you fought him, you look bad. You look bad. Vaness, decent amateur record. What happened? You got dropped. You got fucking dropped.
Yeah, but he comprehensively out. But
of course.
No. That was a good Vaness as well. That was a good Vaness.
I'm not taking that away. I'm not taking that away. But I'm like, okay, you go in there with a Liam Williams, who we all know is limited. He's tough, he's durable and game, but limited. And I see
hard. He can hit hard as well.
He hit hard, but Chris, you see, compare Chris with that same Williams and Andre with Williams. Chris looked better with fucking Williams, even though he pissed away the last 4 rounds.
He did, but he put him on a canvas for like 3-4 times.
On a canvas like 3 times, playing around. Moot.
Jab, bam, drop. Yep.
Just kept walking him into a fucking jab. I know Andre is not a power guy. Why? You glide around the ring. You not sitting on them punches. So when you're not sitting on them, it ain't a lot on them. And you
okay. Well, if Zach Parker's this sure thing, why ain't they making the fight?
Well, that's the thing. Who walked away from the fight, Beats? It wasn't Zach.
Well, it looked like Andrade was up for it. He gave up the WBO.
Bro, don't forget. They was negotiating. They did do the fight. The fight had posters. Who got a leg injury? Who got the mysterious injury? It wasn't Zach.
Well, we'll see if it happens. I mean, you guys have got a high opinion of Zach. I'm not so sure.
Look, he's got a bad
not even a high opinion.
It's just perfect timing. Have bad haircuts.
You don't. You don't.
Did you see what happened last night in Canada? That fucking guy with the mullet, the dude ain't even want to fight. He took a knee. Like, fuck this shit. You're not going to hit me with that haircut.
That was weird.
Jules, how dare you didn't tell me that Christian Mbili was the guy who scored that highlight reel KO earlier this year? That was all over Twitter.
That's the kid I was talking about, Mbili.
I didn't know that was him.
Bro, I told y'all, that ESPN card is some hitters, Mary Spencer. You see what she did to Lozano.
Yes, I did.
Put it right there.
I'm terrified for
I'm gonna
Natasha
listen.
Jonas.
I'm
Natasha
gonna
Jonas,
go to
man.
Liverpool. I'm gonna go to Liverpool. I'm gonna chain up Joe's gym. She ain't gonna get to Natasha, bro. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm not gonna let it. Fuck that. I'm not gonna let it happen. Lucky for her, she didn't call her out. You know who she called out, Sporting?
Huh?
You know who she called out?
Who's that?
Terry.
What?
Terry Harper.
Oh no.
Terry better not park her car. And
No.
I love Terry, bro. But you better not even park your car next to that woman, bro. She will mess you up, man. Mess you up.
Oh God, no.
You thought with Baumgart like this, yo, she'll mess you up. She'll mess you up real bad, right? That Canadian girl is not playing. You know who beat her? Which is why for all the things that Clarissa does that I don't like, I have the utmost respect. The one who derailed Mary Spencer's Olympic run was who?
Clarissa Shields. Wow.
She's a bad. Like I don't
That's
say
some shit. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like I always admire her boxing. Don't get it twisted. And if you look at her shit, she's a bad motherfucker. Like that's not cap. Like even now, as bad as Mary's looking, Clarissa can deal. Should be alright. Should be alright. And that's a fight that I would like to see if Clarissa wins against Savannah. I need Mary Spencer versus Clarissa Shields 2023-2024 because that'll be a great fight too. But she's a bad motherfucker, man. Mary Spencer was touted to win the gold until Clarissa. I respect shit like that, man. She fucked it all up for you, huh? I ain't mad at that. That's what she here to do. I ain't mad at her.
But this some Billy kid, man. Wow, he a problem, bro. Like,
and it's not just and it wasn't just the power. If you guys didn't see him, go to ESPN or Sky on your end. It's not just the power; it's the punches he pick. If you get them hands high, here's a body shot. You get them hands low, here's a punch in the face.
It's like he cuts off the ring well. His
name is Mabilli. MBILLI. Kids, fantastic. Like all the shit that they wanted us to believe that Edgar is. He is like he hit hard. And he could box.
Oh, he fucked Edgar up.
He beat the shit out that man in 2 rounds, bro.
Bro, they might even take him around to do it.
Mary Spencer's, that's what's working against Mary. That she's 37. But the reason I don't worry about the age is because that Hannah Gabriels wasn't all that young when she dropped Clarissa. Yeah, being real with y'all, she's kind of old when she did that. So, you know what I mean.
Mary Spencer's too old. I don't think so. They should just fine.
Meant to fight.
Say it again.
Hey,
who was that girl that Georgia was meant to fight?
I don't know who Georgia was about to fight. So
undefeated Belgian national champion.
What?
Yeah, I was pissed off about it. The fact that they had a.
Why are they doing that to Georgia?
They gave her no choice. This one are not fighting.
Nah, they don't need to do Georgia like that. Don't do Georgia like that. Don't do
she
that.
Accepted it. She was going to fight her.
They don't need. See, that's fucked. Like, why you matching her so tough? Like Carolyn got fucking. She got some girls that they there to lay there. Like, why are you going to do that to Georgia? That's not right. That's not
I'll tell you
right.
about it.
That's
their
not right.
professional fight, undefeated Belgian national champion.
But I'm gonna say this though. One of my favorite fighters. I'm a fan. Rhiannon Dixon. They put her with that. They put her in there with that amateur Moroccan girl, and she beat her motherfucking ass. Fucking ref riding her ass all night, but she beat her motherfucking ass with them right hooks. So I have faith. Georgia gonna be all right. Georgia gonna be all right.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Kanat Islam? You remember him?
Oh, he got fucking old and he got beat.
Did he get beat?
What happened to him? He was old, bro. Even when we saw him a couple of years, he was already like a fake old type dude. They're like, yo, you fucking old for not to have done nothing already. Kanat Islam.
Yeah.
I heard he fought Walter Kuntundokwa, looked like shit, but he won the fight. Yeah, he looked like shit with Walter. But the height differential, if you know Walter was huge, bro. He made Andre look small. That's how huge he is.
Yeah, but Andre dropped him like 4 times in 4 rounds.
But I'm trying to tell you, Kanada's a little motherfucker. Like, he little for middleweight. He was little. So the height differential, I'm like, yeah, I could see you looking like doodoo. But after that, I think he got beat. I forgot by who, but I remember hearing he got beat. It's not available because nobody showed the goddamn fight. But I remember he got beat.
I remember him getting badly cut in a fight, and they're about to stop it, so he's went out and fucked up some guy. And I thought that he was going to be a problem in the 154 division, but then I heard he moved up to middleweight, so I didn't know what happened to him.
He seems to kind of just do nothing.
Anyone else notice Spence's punch resistance is a little off versus Ugas, or was that just me? Listen,
was pretty off.
Hey, Ugas hurt him. He hurt him. Yeah, he hurt him.
I don't even consider that shit. Like I said, I don't talk about that fight and use it for nothing because I'm like, yo, this is the weirdest looking fight that I ever seen. It was just, the whole thing was weird. You got a dude come forward, don't even throw a jab, just go right into a high guard and stay.
Shell up. That's it.
Like, it's a weird looking fight, bro. Like, he just
and how many jabs did he throw against Manny?
That's what I mean. And I'm like, yo, this was the exact opposite of the Ugas that I have seen in other fights. And you know what the explanation gonna be? That, oh, well, you know, Spence, look, bro, I know what the fuck I'm looking at, bro. All right, that shit was weird. That's all I'm gonna say. That shit was weird, and I'm gonna leave it there. If I don't even talk about that fight because my soul don't consider it a fight. Like, nah, there's something wrong here. Something wrong with this. This shit don't even look like a fight. Got a dude normally throw jabs, normally pivot and shift and move, and with you, fuck this.
He was
that man. I mean, he fought a much better fight against Sean Porter than he did.
No, that man was Fred Astaire when he fought Pacquiao.
Beats. Talk about. I need a different set of eyes. Beats. Were you weirded out? Because I was weirded out by the fight.
Well, like when he had Spence on the ropes, how could you didn't steam in? What was going on? Like he watched the guy rock back into the ropes and you just stand back to get your eye busted up and stopped.
You see,
know
Beats. Go ahead, Lisa.
You know what I noticed about Ugas? He's a fighter that admires his work. Like, he stops. Have you ever noticed that about him?
I mean, I know
that's what he did against Spence. That's exactly what he did against Spence.
But he did it against Porter.
He do that in a lot of his fights.
Shout out to Edwin Castillo. Appreciate the cash app. Maybe that's what it was, Lisa, because when I seen that he didn't jump on him, I was just thinking like, yo, Crawford would have knocked him out and been on the way to the locker room by now. Like, you ain't gonna live.
But when you go back and watch the Pacquiao fight, Pacquiao's coming forward and Ugas is dancing, moving, pivoting, jab.
The Ugas that I saw in the Figueroa fight, he was in the pocket, side to side, riding punches and bringing over uppercuts and hooks, and he was in the shit. He beat him in his sweet spot because Omar Figueroa, we all know he an inside fighter, and he beat the shit out of Omar on the inside. I'm like, yo, where is that? Where is that?
The Cuban school disappeared that fight. That was, I don't know what school that was.
So, like, the whole, like I said, that whole fight for me was just very strange, and I just leave it there. I don't wanna do a thing where I'm just gonna jump to conclusions. I'm just like, that's a weird fight, and I don't know what to make of it. It was a weird looking fight.
Have they got a buyer for Spence Crawford yet? The biggest fight in the world.
Bro, we in September.
Marvin Nation put in a bid right now.
We in September, sport.
Almost mid-September.
It's September 10th.
Are they aging Crawford out or something? Are they trying to keep him inactive? Or
I agree, Beats. I don't think we will.
No,
You're right. It's September promotion. Like, bro, like that's not gonna get no buzz. Football's back.
Remember what they were saying? November this, November that. All right, we in September, the 10th. So, like if it were going down in November, you ain't even got enough time to promote this thing. What 1 month? October. Like, I said, man, they fucked up. Y'all know how they fucked up the fight. Y'all
They did.
Y'all trashed Crawford for 3 or 4 years and tried to act like, oh, he just ain't shit. He just ain't shit. Y'all said that shit for 4 years till a goddamn fight cooled off. That's what y'all did.
They want to promote the biggest fight in boxing in only 10 weeks.
Like, look,
10 weeks.
And I ain't shitting on the fight. I'm just being honest that if it were a big fight, which it is not, unfortunately, Saudis would want it. Period. That's how it works. All right. It's not complicated. It's actually very simple. It's more simple than people make it out to be. If it's a big fight or a big name in this sport, they'll want it. Yeah, they'll want it.
They've been told.
When we had Canelo versus Triple G and Conor versus Floyd, those were like 3 or 4 city press tours at least.
You know, I think that they've been told not to mess with Al Heyman, man. The Saudis.
Well, he's a shyster, Beats. Yeah. The thing about Al that doesn't get said, that it's almost like a joke that the truth could be in so many people's faces, but they choose not to process it. They gave the man $500 million. It didn't take him long to lose it. Like, look at when PBC's inception.
Right. And
when they started saying, where's the money? 400 million, 500 million. It didn't take long for him to lose it. And the first thing people like to do is compare that to DAZN. Listen to me. DAZN, the app, is not just a boxing app. It's not Eddie, you fucking idiots.
Right.
It's a sports app. They spent a lot of money on Bundesliga, on boxing.
A lot of other sports other than just boxing.
On fucking darts.
On darts, but because these people are stupid, Eddie, and this is why I can't talk to somebody. I can't talk to you now. Al specifically, by Waddle and Reed, you lost 500 million on the PBC, right? That is going to make people stay away from you. The budgets that you've been given from network to network to network, they don't know how to. Drew knows. He knows they're getting smaller and smaller and smaller. When I knew it was a big blow was Fox cut the shoulder programming to the PBC only 2 years into the deal? Like you could say COVID this and COVID. Bro, shoulder programming is just y'all sitting there talking about a fight. They don't care enough to pay for that. They said, nope, fuck that. Fuck Sean Porter, fuck Abner Mares and his lazy eye. We not spending money on this shit.
And boxing Beats. The Saudis, if we look how they've done business, they don't do business with outsiders unless they've done business with other billionaires that introduce them. Like, cause
let me say this. What people don't understand is Len Blavatnik is a fucking billionaire, right? Len Blavatnik shit is what? DAZN. It's not a coin. Oh, you got some billion? I got some billion. Let's look at this.
The first time the Saudis did business was Len. They bought Len Blavatnik also owns Warner Brothers Music Group. All the rap show, a lot of he owns that. So the Saudis bought about like 25% stake in that. So they've been doing business with him. So it's not like
you know why I say that, yeah? Like we've been talking about Spence and Crawford for years. So even like you can debate that it's not as big as Triple G and Canelo, but surely that fight is bigger than Zerdo versus Bivol, right?
Oh no, absolutely. But here's the thing.
Wait, one at a time. To be honest with you, Beats, when you think about how this breaks down, let's call. I'm going to be generous with my estimate that Crawford and Spence could at least do 400,000, right?
Yeah.
30 to 40% of the 400,000 pay-per-view buys will go to the cable and satellite company, and the rest is whatever you made. Depending on what you got to pay these two guys to get them in the ring, which we don't know, right? What if it's 10 to Spence and 10 to Crawford, 20 million, right?
Right.
Those are very high operation costs. Yeah. Very high. And it's like, just to make this happen, that's why it hasn't happened yet, in other words. That's what the holdup has been. And I don't blame Crawford. My guy, I'm a 3-division champion. I was undisputed. I've done these things. I got $6 million for fucking Sean Porter. You're not going to fucking play with me and get 5, 6. I got more than that for Porter. You need to give me 10, or you can just suck all the dicks, all of them. And I'm not mad at that. Like, no, y'all wailing. Y'all told me that I ain't shit. Remember?
Yeah.
If you discuss that fight amongst boxing fans, right, I think it has more buzz than the Triple G Canelo fight. But as a whole, like, entity and event, it's not that it can't be that big, man. Because look, let me finish what I'm saying. So right, it can't be that big, or they're dipping their pockets, man. Surely, like Al has got investors there that would pay for it. Because if you're saying it's big, you'd get the return. Just make the fight. It doesn't matter if Crawford can't draw.
You
They're saying,
Beats. Remember, nobody wants to pay attention that usually converses about this fight to what Tim Smith, the VP of Communications, said at the beginning of this year. It's like I bring it up all the time, but people like to act like they don't see it. He said it's not going to sell. That's what he said. It's not going to sell. That's what he said before we got here. It's not going to sell. People are going to steal it. So that he already let it be known they don't think it's a big fight. When you're willing to offer Canelo 40 and then another 100, right? And you got money for Munguia, right?
Yeah.
You don't got money for Bud. And what did he say? It's not going to sell. People are going to steal it. That's what he said.
Well, here's the thing, Beats. They don't have no investors. Being able to give Canelo that money is just like Canelo's good for it. So it's like, okay, we can guarantee that through the budget or whatever the fuck.
Well, when you say they don't have no investors, what is Showtime then? And Fox, the networks are the investors.
But they're not paying for. Look at all the pay-per-views. They're not paying for nothing.
Put it this way, Beats.
Hey, bring them out later.
All right. Put it this way, Beats. Fox is already, and it's like I don't like to toot my own horn because I have to, but I have to because I said this. Fox is not frittering away dollars on PBC shows. Marcos Villegas 2 weeks ago confirmed what I've been saying for 2 years. I've been saying it for 2 years. When you see Andy Ruiz versus Chris Arreola on pay-per-view, you know what that tells me? Fox doesn't want to pay for that show. You better take your chances on pay-per-view and hope your fans pay for it because we ain't.
Where did I hear that actually, like, even though PBC might be doing shows on Fox, Fox ain't putting up none of the bread.
Marcos Villegas, a Fight Hub.
Okay, yeah.
They're just taking whatever if it makes any money on pay-per-view, well, not even makes money. Whatever pay-per-views come in, they take their little 8-9%, and that's it. Al Heyman has to guarantee those fighter purses on pay-per-view.
Yeah, the production costs are now being paid for, at least according to Marcos, which is I said that 2 years. I've been saying that like when you see fights like that, like Charles Martin versus Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view, right? What that is Fox doesn't want to pay for the show. They don't want to give you the guarantees. All they're going to give you is the slot and the platform. The rest comes from you. And the reason those fights are on pay-per-view is because they're hoping the fans will pay for the fight. Where normally a fight like that should be on a regular Fox. No, we don't want to pay for that shit. Especially for what your fucking fighters want.
Also, Beats, so you got to remember, like what I've heard from my friends that still work at Fox after the merger, when they picked up the PBC option for the final year, it was with stipulations. So they were able to dictate whatever the fuck they wanted to do with PBC in this final year.
Yeah. Manny Ruiz says, funny how even now every boxer, even Canelo, has to go to the PBC to fight PBC clients. Yes. It's like, you got to respect the A side. Shout out to Lennox. You got to respect the A side. Like Floyd was the A side. Oscar was the A side. This buffoonery that we see now, you got to, like, what the fuck I got to? First off, if you put up 40 M's, it's not that you actually putting up 40 M's. It's I'm good for 40 M's. Right. I could go somewhere else and get that same 40 M's, motherfucker.
Also,
I'm Canelo. I got a Hennessy sponsorship.
What do you guys think of this? Like Beat said, they're not. Al Heyman can't get no Saudi money, but neither can Frank and Bob Arum.
Well, why though?
I think if they make Fury,
what I'm saying is this, like, what I'm saying is this, like, what if they don't want to do no business with nobody that Len didn't introduce them to?
Well, that's what I was gonna allude to. That it's like the people that talk about the zone, right? And I get shout out to UK Rob who sent me a bunch of great metrics about all these different countries where the zone is the #1 streaming app for sports, right? They live in a bubble where they lie to each other and they just run with it. And I'm like, yo, Len is a billionaire, you fucking $5 hoe. You don't understand that? Right. What, and then I'm like, well, what am I gonna argue with some $5 ass motherfuckers over some shit like you don't want to that man is a billionaire.
Yeah.
All right. So he is the key to that. They know who they're dealing with. Frank, for God's sake, there are fighters you still haven't paid. And they talked about that before. Like, your Frank still owe me some money on fucking Twitter. You don't have a good reputation. Now, your best bet to get at that money would probably be Bob, because Bob is serious business, bodies in the desert business, right? Like he's serious guy. But you in deep in Vegas, my guy. That's where you in Vegas, my guy. What the fuck have you done in the Middle East? Nothing.
Couldn't the sanctioning bodies just order Spence versus Crawford and then just have a great fucking bidding war? Whoever puts up the most money wins the fucking fight.
Nah, because you know it's a unification, man. You know how it works. If only, right?
Well,
But
they ordered it with Canelo and Triple G, didn't they?
Let's say this: if there were foreign interest in that fight, you don't need a purse bid. Look, we'll give you $50 million to do the fight in the UAE, or we'll give you 70. Like it's nothing, bro.
Joe, like we'll give you X amount of dollars for the rights. Don't worry who's promoting it. Don't worry what networks it's on. Take it or fucking leave it.
I mean, like, when you look at, like, see, the thing is, they talk about the PBC and Spence and the success stories. When Simon Jordan was talking about when he was crunching the numbers for AJ versus Fury without the Saudi site fees, right? He was still like talking about 1 million, 2 million pay-per-view buys, 60 million. Is that enough? Are you sure it's enough, Frank? Like, that would buy Crawford and Spence 3 times over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You want my honest opinion?
Investment.
If it's me and I want to make that fight, I would lay it out to him real simple. I'm not going to stake $30 million on the both of you. The most that I'll put in the pot for both of you to get in the ring is 20, no more. This is a $20 million fight as far as I'm concerned. If it's more than that, you show me. Your fans will show me, and your fans will show me. But I am not going to break the bank for you, Spence, because when's the last time you cracked 300,000 pay-per-view buys?
They need to put it on a Tyson Fury undercard or an Anthony Joshua undercard.
And here's the thing, Jules. Here's the thing, like you said. Crawford, for whatever his pay-per-view has done, doing it on ESPN Plus as low operational cost because they don't have to fucking split the fucking fees with the and settle.
Like we did all that. Like we took like that. These people, look, man.
So in hindsight, Crawford got to see what like you said, Crawford get to negotiate and see what he's really doing. Like, bro, you want me to take 5?
In other words, let me say this. What those guys that were laughing at Bud's numbers don't understand, all right? That's not the setup that you and Showtime have. ESPN Plus was its own distributor, whereas you have to go to a distributor with Showtime and split the pot with them, 30, 40, whatever the fuck the shit. Right. You have to do that. Yeah. ESPN Plus is its own distributor. The Zone is its own distributor. So let's say, all right, the 400,000, because Canelo's pay-per-view is divided between 2 distributors, Barstool Sports and DAZN. The 400,000 pay-per-view buys on DAZN or whatever it was, that's they shit. It ain't them and they shit. No, that's they shit. It's different. It's a different infrastructure than Showtime doing a pay-per-view with a distributor. It's way different. So Crawford's pay-per-view, ESPN Plus was its own distributor. So they got more of their own money. They had to split it with nobody. It's different. But let these bozo motherfuckers tell it that have never had $10,000 or $20,000 all at once in their hand, right? They broke. Hell, hey, me. Idiot.
Hey, look at it this way, guys. Well, look at it this way. You know, you got all these people saying how it's the biggest fight in the world for Crawford Spence. Crawford and Spence combined will not even get 25% of what Alexander Usyk got in his last fight.
No, he wouldn't. But he wouldn't.
Thank you.
Wow,
my guy, AJ just made Tyson Fury's entire ESPN deal in one fight.
More than that.
More.
Look, in the pot for AJ, and you know, like a lot of people are playing, oh, well, we don't, no. I'm going to do what you do when you get your Fury numbers. I'm going to go to Google because that's what you do, right? And then when I do that, every single number I see is 75. But with the corporate sponsorships, we talk about them all the time, with the endorsements, AJ's purse is more like 119 million.
Yeah.
Now, for perspective, that was literally ESPN's whole budget for Top Rank. The whole 100 million, right? No, it was 80. It was 80. This dude got that off a loss in a fight. And then when I say, why is Fury chasing a dude with 2 L's? Why is Wilder keep talking? Well, you still talking about this man?
He still thinks Tyson Fury cheated too.
Would I be nervous about putting a grand and having a bet for a grand? We'll still be talking about this fight if it's going to get made by this time next year.
I'm just
glad be that nervous.
Pulled his card, called his bluff.
I mean, my thing is this. It's not even like if I'm Eddie's gonna end up making me mad because you still playing with kid gloves with these people when it couldn't be me, bro. Fam, you said you was interested ahead of the Usyk fight, right? I fucking called you, bro. You didn't pick up. So from here on out, we not bothering. We not gonna bother with you. Don't even mention us, bro. We done. Like we done. Cause we tried to make the fight with you already mad times. People don't want to. I don't give a shit what they don't want to believe. We're done. There is no AJ fight. There ain't one. All right. Why are you still talking about us? There is no AJ Wilder fight.
Exactly.
Wouldn't be.
They're trying to sell their latest fight.
He needs to stop mentioning them.
Like
he needs to stop talking about them.
Like Eddie, it's like after all this time, Eddie hasn't learned his lesson by dealing with these fools.
He making me mad because I'm like, yo, I seen him do an interview and I'm like, and he was like, yeah, what dude, wildfire? I'm like, yo, wait a minute, bro. Whoa. So you still on it? And I'm like, yo, AJ, get on you the boss, my guy, you the landlord. Why do you let these people do that with your name? Like, fam, I got 2 losses and I just fought. Why the fuck are you talking about me? No, you know what we gonna do? Listen, Fury, if you want to get paid, because that's why you calling me out. If you want to get paid, we do things my way or we don't do things. And if you don't, hey, suck a dick and kick a rock, bro. I don't need you, bro.
Yeah, 50-50. Tony Benny broke it down.
Remember what you told me when I offered you 60-40 when you didn't have a belt. You said you wouldn't take 60-40, but I'm gonna take that. No, suck all the dicks in the whole of the gypsy camp. All of them. Every fucking one.
That couldn't be me. Yeah,
that picture.
Tony Benny was adamant that it has to be 50.
Tyson's sick though, Jules. He sees that Frank and Bob's like, hey, this is all we got for you.
Listen,
he's sick.
I'm gonna end up going to Watford, wherever the fuck AJ at. I'm gonna get some Harlem people in there, and he need cause just like yo, you need to talk, my guy. Like you done too much. This fucking old wrinkle-faced prick, Teddy Atlas, he's overrated. My dude, ain't you the same guy that was about to change your pants because Lomachenko knocked out Rocky Martinez?
and Usyk said it. AJ got too many snakes and fucking ass kissers in his camp.
Mm-hmm. That motherfucker literally had to like Lomachenko. Oh, like you did the you know I understood when he said that about Golovkin. I understood like knocked out who Mike is that?
That ain't me.
Oh, sorry.
Not me.
AJ needs you, Jules. You'd be like a motherfucking Paul Heyman for Brock Lesnar.
Yo, he need Cameron. You keep you getting all this money so that these bombs could be took. Like, nah, you need Cameron, bro. Like, you need the whole Dipset to go over there and get you right, bro. Because you're not talking, and you should be talking. Like, fam, I lost 2 fights, and you still got my dick in your mouth.
I'd go locks after that versus battle. He need Jada Kiss. That's it.
Like Fury, you legit on camera talking about my dick. That's not cap. I'm not being funny. Roll the tape. You on camera talking about my dick, my guy. You really on my dick. It's not cute, bro. What's the matter? Paris be talking about me? Her eyes get big when I'm on the screen, Brody. What's the matter? Because I know I ain't never brought up your meat in a conversation. How you bringing up mine? What you got going on that you talking about my meat, my guy? What Paris want to know? Paris could call me, bro.
Tell me this though.
Paris talk to Mrs. Amir Khan. That's what it is.
Check this out though, right? Fury's using AJ as a tune-up fight, right? So he wants this tune-up fight. He fought Dillian in April. Why didn't he have this tune-up fight in August? Why is he waiting? Why would you wait until December so you could fight?
Can I tell you why, Beats?
Because he was retired.
No, that's not why. Because the White fight did not do, and I've maintained this throughout. I'm in tune with the cosmos. I don't need to go to Google. That White fight, it didn't do what you spent on it. I know that. See, that could have been a huge fight if Dillian would have helped you promote it, but he didn't. He didn't. He didn't. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying that no, he didn't. It wasn't as fun as it should have been in the build-up. Because every time I thought about that fight, I thought about the build-up, the war.
Me too, man. Just imagine how great that would have been, man. That'd have been.
And we didn't get that. And I felt like, look, for the people that's gonna buy it at the box office on pay-per-view, that's what'll sell it to them. Like, I was confident they could do a good gate with the fight, but the pay-per-view is where the money at. And we didn't get that. We didn't get that back and forth. We didn't, when they finally was in the same room, Fury was complimenting, like they was mad cool. It's like,
why won't Frank release the pay-per-view numbers? And here's the thing, yeah, right? Like, when AJ fought Klitschko, it was over show. Hey, that was a big story on Showtime. That trended when he was fighting Klitschko. The Fury White fight bombed over there. Flopped.
God, I'm trying to tell. Look. This is how I know. Right? There was a real interest in it. Nobody say nothing. There was a real interest in AJ versus Klitschko on the ground. How do you know? 2 separate premium cable networks paid $1 million a piece just to be able to show it in the afternoon. In the afternoon, the metrics for the fight were better than the metrics for fights are today. On Showtime, it brought in over 600,000, close to 700,000. On HBO, it brought in over 800,000 views. These are premium cable networks. You have fights. Remember Broner's last numbers? 200,000 on primetime. Motherfucking the Nonito Donaire, Ubali. Like, off the top of my head, the only fight in recent memory that did good was Charlo versus Castaño in primetime hours. But Joshua got better numbers than that in the afternoon, all right? In the afternoon for a fight at Wembley, all right? The interest was real enough that 2 separate premium cable networks that are competitors both bought the rights for the fight to show it at different times. With Fury, they put your shit behind a paywall, bro. And who you really think bought that shit, though, in America? Who you think bought that shit? Like, it's besides me. You know what
I mean? I went and asked Rick Glazer and I asked Alexis, did that fight make $45 million? And I never got a straight answer.
I
got told was Bob Arum's a Hall of Fame promoter and Tyson Fury's doing that WWE stuff. It's great.
My God, I had the remote control in my hand. I was going to purchase it, and then I just kept thinking about the undercard. I said, "No, I'm buying."
The undercard was terrible. One of the worst I've ever seen.
Let me say this also: you have 2 Hall of Fame promoters in Frank Warren and Bob Arum, right? You have 2 of them, so you got kind of like the cream of the crop type of shit going on, and you still not popping, bro. I don't care what people say on the internet. Fury, you still not popping though. You shouldn't need AJ for a big fight. You should be at a point right now to where it don't matter who I fight. I'm the money. And you know you're not that. If they put you on there with Manuel Chaw, people not going to buy that on pay-per-view. No, they're not. No, they're not. No. If it were you and Povetkin, you wouldn't do what AJ did with Povetkin. You wouldn't do what AJ did. You wouldn't. I know you wouldn't, bro. Because I ain't forget who you are. They acting like all that shit that happened in the Wilder fights ain't have nothing to do with Wilder. No, you didn't sell that by yourself. You sold that with Wilder. And with White, it's the same. You didn't sell that by yourself. You sold that with White. You by yourself. We saw what you did with Valine. We saw what you did with Schwartz. The fuck?
They thought that slapping on the fucking American flag trunks, that he was just gonna cross over. The man can't get $25 million a fight, a bum by himself. But AJ,
that's exactly, bro. Now think about that. That if you Fury and you know you probably gonna fight Usyk, you need a tune-up fight, right? You need an in-between fight. You don't want to wait. All right, well, these motherfuckers ain't about to give you 30 mil for no bum, but you can't get 30 mil by yourself. So let me call out AJ. Let me call out. Let me where AJ at? Let me get AJ. That's what that shit is. Cause ain't nobody finna give you no $30 million for no manual chaw fight. No, they're not. Remember what they was gonna.
Way, Julius. Right, look at it this way. Before the Dillian White fight, Bob Arum said that there's one fight left on Tyson Fury's 5-fight contract. Only 2 days ago at the press conference, somebody interviewed Bob Arum. Tyson Fury's still got 2 fights left. Why do you think that is? Because they never made the money back. Yo, Tyson,
bingo,
you owe some fucking money.
Bingo,
exactly.
Like, and they think I say this stuff. Oh, you were age, bro. I'm showing you receipts, and you don't want to process what I'm telling you. Before the second fight, Fred Hawthorne of Barbershop Conversations asked Bob, "Yo, you in the red with Fury?" He said, "Yeah." After the fight, where they expected that they would get their money back. After the fight, Bruce Tremblay said, "No, we lost money on that because piracy. Even though it did a $19 million gate, and that's cool, we lost money because of piracy. So you still didn't get your money back. In other words, you look at the third fight. Well, the third fight sold less than the second fight. So less 200,000 reportedly 200,000 less pay-per-view buys than the second fight did. So you haven't started making money off this guy yet, have you? You've been throwing a lot of money at this guy.
And as just much as they hate to admit it, Jules, they still need Eddie Hearn and AJ to save them from that fucking red ink.
Of course. You want my honest opinion, they are both in the red now. Both of them.
Yes, after the White fight. Yep.
The only time that anybody made money off of Fury's comeback was the very first Wilder fight. Why? Look at the operational costs. The entire pot was only $7 million. 4 to Wilder, 3 to Fury. That's how you're supposed to do it. Why? You dudes ain't box office like that. We can't be giving y'all $20, $30 million at a time. Y'all not box office like that. We don't know if we're going to get it back. But in the second fight, y'all jumped the gun. That's what y'all did. And y'all lost a lot of money. That's what happened. That's what really happened. And y'all still in the red now. I know it. Like, bro, you didn't break no records with no fucking Dillian White fight. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did good at the gate. But the bulk of the money you was trying to make was on pay-per-view, not the gate. You probably did 8 mil at the gate of 9 or even 11. But look at what you spent. $41 million pot. I remember what you priced this fight before. Originally, you priced the fight at 25. 20 to Fury, 5 to White. You doubled the bid. Now it went to 41. Bro, that's not even what you intended to spend. So I know you lost money.
You needed, and on top of it, you needed American people to buy the pay-per-view, which was crazy.
I anticipate, if they're lucky, the number that popped in my head right now for the pay-per-view is probably between 6 and 7. 6 and 700,000. I don't believe it did $1 million. I don't believe
in the UK? Frank won't release the numbers. Listen, if he done that, he would have released the numbers.
I don't believe he did it. Like he said, I remember they asked Frank on IFL. He said it did better than Klitschko and Joshua. Klitschko and Joshua was 1.5. That's what I remember when Sky released the numbers to World Boxing News. The number was 1.5 for Klitschko, 1.3 for Parker, second highest for Joshua's pay-per-views, right? And I don't believe for a second Fury did $1 million with White. I don't believe that. Nope.
If it did, Frank would be singing that number from the tree like a canary.
Frank would have burnt that number on his forehead if he did that.
He would have tattooed it on his chest.
He would have got a cow brand and branded that shit on his face. 1.6. Manny Ruiz says, is it possible Crawford versus Spence announcement delay is because Heyman is trying to use it as leverage to negotiate a better network deal? I don't know, because that fight is not a hot enough ticket that Fox, for example, might look at it and say, okay, well, we got to renew because you're going to do Crawford versus Spence. Like, nah, fam, your man never even sold 200,000 pay-per-view buys. Errol hasn't sold more than 300,000 in what, 3 years. 3 years.
These Errol Spence fans killed that fight, man, with them saying how lack of a draw Crawford is and whatever else. They downplayed him to the point where people are like, okay, maybe, so this fight ain't that big then.
And what people do not understand is pay-per-views are not going to get you a network deal because pay-per-views don't increase subscribers.
Yeah, like, you know what increase? Like, what would get you, what if you wanted a network to re-up with you, right? It's not the pay-per-view that'll get them to do that. It's your regular fights. Like, like let's say you got Broner versus Santiago. And Broner versus Santiago on a Saturday night brought us close to 1 million views. Those are the things that a network is going to look at and say, wow, a lot of people are watching. And these are not very expensive cards either. Wow, that's good. We like that. And that's the opposite of what's been going on. Broner versus Santiago did 288,000 views on Showtime. The Donaire fight, abysmal, bro. It was sad what those fights did because they were good fights. Donaire versus Ubali was a beautiful ass whooping. The ass whooping that he put on Ray Marcaballo, beautiful ass whooping. But all of that was a little over 200,000 in terms of viewership. Those are terrible numbers.
Look, regular Fox is in what, 100+ million homes for free?
Yep.
And the Ruiz fucking Ortiz prelims couldn't even barely crack 500,000. Not even 1% of 100 million.
All right, now I got a request from my man Edwin Castillo, who wants to talk about how David Duckavides is ducking all the smoke. So let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that. I'm gonna say this about David. I don't see fear in David's eye, the fighter. I don't see fear, but that doesn't mean he's not being handled very careful. Yeah, I believe he is. Because it's unhealthy for a fighter to stay at a weight as long as you've been at super middleweight. For a perspective, when he first won the WBC title, that was 5 years ago in 2017. You haven't moved up yet. Now look at all these other guys. Shakur done been from 2-2 to 2-6 to 30, and now he about to go 35 in that same window. From 2-6 to 30, and now he already talking about going to 35. This whole time, David been in the kiddie pool, waiting with the kids, because he want to keep fighting low-ass people. That's all it is, all right? That's all. When I asked Sampson on the spaces about David and Andre, oh, no, we not do deal with him. No, I'm like, yo, and then I seen on the Boxing Voice what you said. Oh, you need over $7 million for Demetrius Andre. Over $7 million. So we supposed to act like you the shit because you beat up Lemieux? Because you beat Tyrone Davis and Ronald L. You the shit? No, you ain't shit. I'm sorry.
Let me just say this quickly. David Benavidez is never going to be shit in boxing. I'm going to keep it real.
Say it one more time, Beats.
I love Beats, bro.
One more time.
But Benavidez is never going to be shit in boxing, bro. He's never going to be.
I fucking love Beats, bro. I swear to God, yo.
If you really have any ambition at boxing, you leave the PBC.
I agree.
You leave the PBC, and you would get these fights. These fights would materialize.
In his defense,
you stay there, you ain't nowhere.
In his defense,
nowhere, man.
He tried to leave.
At least Spence got free belts and is doing some pay-per-view. What's David got going on?
We got Alexis here. Let me say this. We got Alexis here. See, this is the thing, Alexis. This is what I'm going to say. What David Benavidez needs to do to turn his career around is go to Uncle Bob. Uncle Bob doesn't just have his stable of light heavyweights. He also has Franks. They're butt buddies, right? They're butt buddies, those two. And if you was really serious about getting somewhere at some point in your career, based on where you campaign, that is where you would need to go. You would need to go to Bob. The PBC, it'll be another fucking year before you fight Caleb Plant, bro. Because he's about to fight Durrell. Well, what do you think? He's going to come right back? No, that's not how they do things.
He's not going to come back for another 9 months.
Keith fought Barrios, and look, we in September. Are you going to fight again this year, bro?
And think about this. Caleb Plant fight, when's that fight? Next month? He just had a baby. He'll be out 9-10 months before his next fight after this fight.
This is the shit I'm saying. That if you look at how they do things, like Danny Garcia might not fight again. Oh, I beat Jose Benavidez, so I can't fight again this year, bro. Fuck it, right? Oh, I fought Mario Barrios, so I'm done for the year. I'll see y'all next year. That's how they do things. So if Plant, and this is going to be Plant's only fight this year, his own. Understand, My man from Ghana, Richard Comey, got knocked out by Teofimo. Yo, I'm in here with Mourinho's next. I don't give a shit. I'm in here, bro. I'm in here. Knock that motherfucker. All right, I'm back in the shit. I'm back in the winner's breath. Because that's how it's supposed to be. Now, you motherfuckers, y'all fuck around, win a fight, and take a year off. That motherfucker lose a fight, come right back. Y'all win a fight. Now, I gotta go.
He already lost. He already fought Loma. Got his ass kicked and then got in there again.
Why you think I'm so big on Comey? He fight, he win, he lose, he fight. That's why I love him. He fight.
I like Richard. Richard's not afraid to work for his money.
Richard, Pedraza, fight, win, whatever, bro. I'm in this shit. Give me a fight, whatever. I'm in this shit. Went in there with Ramirez. All right, I lost the decision, but I ain't look bad. Y'all want to put me in there with? Fine, I'll fight Comey. I don't give a shit. I'm in this shit. All right. These guys, they gave you an easy one with Barrios. They gave you an easy one, and you gonna take the rest of it. I'm not a gatekeeper.
And Jules, correct me if I'm wrong. The rematch with Comey and him after the draw, they gonna make more money.
See what I mean? See what I mean? But if you Keith, yo, what did you really get to fight Mario? Come on, like you're not gonna
$1 million.
If I don't even think he got that. I swear to God. We got Chan in the building.
Hi, Chan.
Hello, Lady Chan.
Hey.
Happy birthday.
Gracias.
Happy birthday, Lady Chan.
Now it all makes sense.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, please.
It's a Virgo. It all makes sense now.
Come on, let's all sing me happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
you.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to
Lady Chan. Happy birthday.
That was so off key, but it's cool. Don't worry.
Bro, my singing voice is fucking beautiful, bro.
I said, it all makes sense.
Yeah, it was off key.
Virgo.
I'm like fucking Johnny Cash, bro. I sound fucking amazing, bro. So in my pack along the dusty Winnemucca Road. I was singing that shit just the other day. I love that song.
Going on. Well, I missed the bits that you were talking about with the Joshua and Wilder or Fury.
So let me go back to Joshua. See, this is the thing with Joshua, right? That Wilder's calling him. Well, no, I'm not going to say calling him out because it's not for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Wilder's using your name. Fury's using your name. If you need to know who the cash cow of the division is, just look at who everybody's calling out.
Mm-hmm.
Who besides Usyk? Who won Fury? Besides Usyk, who? They ain't worried about you, my guy. Wilder, bro. A lot of people think you finished. They ain't even really worried about you. The only dude who worried about you is Ruiz, bro. It's Ruiz. You know what I mean? But Joshua can't take a shit and wipe his ass without y'all mentioning him 10 times a day.
And that's correct.
And I'm not exaggerating. If the Queen wouldn't have died, Fury would have uploaded 10 more videos today.
For real.
Yep.
And that's why, and not just Fury and Wilder have some penis envy of AJ. That has to be what it is.
Well, I already said that. Look, there has never been, and I'm damn near 40. Ain't never been a moment that I said, damn, I wish I had a big dick like him. Fury said that, bro. He said that shit. Boxing Beats and Rhymes won a BBC award earlier this year for a video he made about the obsession that Tyson Fury has. And I do believe, I've never explored that angle of the story myself, but I watched this video and I'm like, yeah, this is some like, see, I'm better than you. I told you I'm better. It's like some shit like that.
I need to see that, Beats. I haven't watched that.
All you got to do, like, you've got an undisputed fight right in front of you, and you're calling out someone who lost twice to the guy you're supposed to fight for undisputed. There's something sinister, like sickly about this dude.
But yet you don't want to just go from December 3rd to December 17th because it puts you out of ways to fight, to prepare for Usyk, who you said is a pumped up middleweight.
Chan, listen. First he said, oh, I see more value in the AJ fight. Then it became, oh, well, no, because of the Usyk fight, we can't do it on the 7th. But you just said you see more value in the AJ fight. You literally said you don't even care about Usyk. But now you can't fight on the 17th because of how much you care about Usyk. My God.
Right.
We're done with him, man.
Y'all know what? It's
Make
like
no sense.
Why can't he just wait for Usyk? When is Usyk ready to come back?
In February, March. He's got a broken hand.
Okay.
Now, Lisa, let me say this.
He's not allowed to spar for at least 4 months.
Let me say this, Lisa. See, this is my thing. I'm not unfair or unsympathetic. I get it. You need a tune-up fight because if you wait till February or March, it'd been damn near a year since you fought. I understand you need a tune-up fight, right? I get that, but you don't want to be real with yourself. Get in there with Manuel Char and get your $10 million guarantee because that's what you're going to get because that's what that bitch-ass fight is good for. That bitch-ass fight ain't but $15-20 million, bro. Let's be real. And because you got 30 with Wilder and 30 with Wilder and then you got 30 with White, I don't want to get – my God. You versus Char is not a hot ticket.
That was a ghost bid. Remember, that was a ghost bid. Well, his purse was a ghost bid just so they could secure the rights of the fight.
True. But you know, I'm with you, Beats. I'm with you. That's what I truly believe.
Yeah.
That's what I truly like, bro. You're not a 30. Listen, bro.
That. Yeah,
we know you're not a $30 million fighter. How do we know? When they gave you 30 for Wilder versus Fury 2, what did they say? We lost money. That's what they said.
They didn't even fill up a 20,000 seated capacity.
He probably got more than 14 mil.
On all 3 fights, none of their fights have sold out. All 3.
And because it's in America, because you have to split whatever comes in with the cable and satellite company, because your guarantees far exceed your marquee value. Yours exceeds yours. His exceeds his. You can't even break even with the fucking shit they've been paying you. So to Beats' point, if you want to know what I really think, Frank didn't give you 30 because Frank knows you're not good for 30. He just said he would. You got colluded so that Eddie wouldn't get the rights. That's what you did. You colluded.
Got 25 milli for that fucking fight.
I know they paid a lot of money for that. They did an ad on for the second fight, Super Bowl. That was expensive.
Each one of those ads was $4.5 million.
Still lost money.
Yeah,
lost money.
That's a lot of money for ads.
That's why you don't see Bob really talking about. I don't think Bob's going to be putting in on no Tyson Fury stock that much anymore. To be honest, that's going to all fall on Frank Warren, and he ain't got no money. So I don't know where they're going to be getting these big purses where he thinks. That's why they're all crawling up AJ's ass. Trust me.
Tell it, lady. They want Eddie and AJ to bail them out of all the money they lost.
That's what it is. That's all it is. Fuck him.
I wouldn't give the time of day.
Let me say this. Team Baumgartner wants to thank all of you guys for supporting Alicia. You know that they over there right now and all of that. I want to thank y'all for showing her love and all of that. And they're gonna bring all the belts back to Michigan, Ohio. That's what I'm hearing.
Hey, what up, Alicia?
I'm jealous. I know the fight's postponed. I would stay in the UK the whole time. Then fuck it. I love it.
Now back to what we talking about. Like a lot of people, for whatever reason, and these are just stupid games that people are playing. Because when you break a record on a network, the network is gonna brag about it.
Of course they do.
After Joshua Klitschko. And I say it all the time. It wasn't just Sky that was like, yo, this shit did amazing. It was everywhere. In RTL in Germany, 10 million fucking people watched. 10 million.
That's crazy. That's how big Germany is.
That's fucking gonzo. And you don't have to believe a word I say. It's all out. All that information is out there. I've already done videos on it. That's how 10 million people for a goddamn boxing match.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's one market.
Look at the numbers that Joshua done on Showtime and HBO, and none of it was shown on the Super Bowl. None of it.
Yeah, and
he didn't need Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. He sold out Madison Square Garden in 1 hour.
Yo, I'm gonna say this, Alexis. It's not that I'm worried about Fury's money. It's that I know why he's doing what he's doing. You don't want to accept and it's a couple of Brits on here. You could ask them. Would y'all pay pay-per-view to see Fury versus Char?
They wouldn't even put that in PPV here.
No.
They
No.
Would y'all pay pay-per-view to see Fury versus Caballero?
No.
Nope.
Like, you don't want to understand. Fury's real problem is you need to tune up. But you're not popping like that to be on pay-per-view. So that's why you're doing this goofy shit.
Another
Hey,
thing.
with Jules, could I
Real quick.
Jules, could I ask this? Like Beats Chan Sporting, would you watch the Char Fury fight in general?
Well, just because it's on, if it's just because I like.
If nothing else is on, I would watch it.
Yeah, but it's going to be boring. It's going to be a boring fight. Fury fights are boring in general. Look at it. No disrespect. The most exciting fights that Fury has been involved in is fucking Wilder.
That's
After
it. You're right. Absolutely right.
Boring as hell. That fight was boring. No disrespect, but it was
If
boring.
90 Day Fiancé's not on that day, I'll watch it.
And here's the thing. BT Sports.
I'll be watching 90 Day Fiancé too. My wife watches that shit.
The comments the person made about Eddie would look for Fury's signature if he's a free agent. Yeah, of course he would, because he'd make the AJ fight.
Yeah.
They're not going to play around and, I need another 3 days and stupidness like that. And then, we got arbitration, but we'll got the arbitration covered. And when it comes,
the thing is, you can't make an argument like that, would they want Fury's signature? Yeah, and you know who'd want AJ's signature? Fucking Bob and Frank. What game is
and here's the thing.
Is Manuel Charles still dealing with Don King?
No.
Nah, he done with Don. He's been done with Don.
AJ signature.
That was a mess.
And
wait a minute. Who was the one begging who? Yo, let's start making fights. Wasn't that Frank? Let's start making
during
fights.
During the pandemic, I remember.
White versus Dubois. And look, if Fury bringing you money, you not gonna act like that.
And
let's start doing some fights. Dubois versus White. Let's Dubois.
Yeah.
If you get money, you ain't gonna be worried about the fuck. Nah,
check this out though. Frank Warren and Bob Aaron.
Frank Warren would love AJ's signature. Bob Aaron, if Bob Aaron would change the whole flipping
script
about AJ.
He'd be like, AJ's a great fighter.
Yeah,
like what he did.
Listen, remember what he said about Parker? He picked Parker to fucking beat. He picked Parker to beat AJ, bro. He picked Pulev to beat him, bro.
Right.
Everyone to beat AJ. Look how he changed his tune when Bob signed Devin Haney. Devin Haney was nobody. Then when he signed Devin, he's a great fighter.
He started singing his praises.
Yep. So they do AJ.
Yeah.
The truth about Fury. The truth about Fury is that a lot of people, they hate when I say this, but it's the truth. Bro, you wouldn't even be here right now if they didn't give you that gift against McDermott. It's the truth. It's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It's reality. And because Americans like Alexis, you probably didn't even watch that fight, bro. That's why people don't really fuck with Fury like that, because it's just too much bullshit to where you got too much.
So where are we with the status of the fight at this minute? Is the fight happening?
Nowhere. It's done.
Okay,
Look, think about it. You in the UK. If you Fury, I can't be doing all this shit after the Queen. Like, it ain't even gonna look right if I'm doing that shit. He probably gonna pick up where he left off after like a week. He'll find a reason, which is
he'll come back.
He'll come back, of course.
Like he'll wipe his ass. Anthony Joshua, no man from a woman can suck a titty like Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
And I just laugh when they say breaking records, because BT's parent company is a public company. If they broke records, they'd want to say it to create a buzz and increase share prices and create, come on.
All right.
But let Alexis tell it they've done a bang up Vince McMahon job with Tyson.
No, they haven't. And I'm not saying shit out of feelings. If I was just gonna say shit out of feelings, I would say, yo, Fury, you a pee-wee dick motherfucker. You got pee-wee energy because of how you act. Mm-hmm. If I was just gonna say shit off of feelings, I'm giving you facts, bro. That this dude, if he was really that dude, right? you could send him out there with an Avni Yildirim kind of guy because he that dude. Like, you see how Canelo got out there with an Avni Yildirim kind of guy? You get out there with a Callum Smith for $1 billion. I'm Canelo, bro. I'm the money. I get out here getting money any old day of the week. They can't do that with you. And that's what the problem is. That you can't do that with. They done lost money on you already. That's why you doing this goofball ass shit.
So what do you
fans
think?
seem to think telling the
I
truth
think
is
he
hating.
should fight.
I think AJ should just go ahead with his original plan, do his world tour, let them fight for their belts, vacate, and then AJ comes.
Look, if I'm AJ, I start taking plays out the Fury handbook, right? You only unbeaten because of fights, gifts that you got, fights that you pulled out of, being fucking retired, right? So I'm gonna start doing me the way you've been doing you. Listen, I'm fighting Zhang, my guy. I don't give a shit what y'all talking about. Why are you even mentioning me? I got 2 L's, my guy. What the fuck you want from me? Get off my dick, bro. You've been talking about my dick since 2015 when you was wearing a blue cardigan sweater. Stop talking about me, fam.
Yeah.
AJ could fucking tie the
What kind of cash cow chases a man coming off of 2 losses?
AJ could do this. He could tie a noose around Fury's neck, around Wilder's neck, and like, look, I'll call y'all in 2025. Fuck off.
Let's go back to 2018, right? When he came back. Eddie offered him a deal. Frank offered him a deal, right? All the money was at Macron, right? $1 billion+ deal signed with the Zone, right? Fury could have ate until he was content, but because he wasn't going to eat as much as who? He signed with Frank Warren.
It's with Fury.
You're right. I remember.
When I watched Beats' video, because I didn't think about those things that Beat. I thought about the numbers, Beats, because that's what was telling me. So the numbers, right? I ain't think about the shit that like, yo, my guy, you a hater. Like, yeah, you a hater. You've always resented this dude for a lot of shit because when boxing is over, you gonna be the same peckerwood motherfucker you always was, bro. And your time will pass.
Let me ask a question. As us, those who are on the panel who are content creators, right? Are we? Is it our due diligence, like moving forward, to just stop reporting about Fury and giving him any attention until there's something solid? Because I feel
get paid from this shit.
No, but we're part of the problem as well.
No. See, this is a difference. We could talk about Fury. I'll talk about Fury and how he's full of shit. And you can't formulate an argument against what I'm saying when I'm showing you what he said. He said the Usyk fight is not important. The AJ fight has more value. So how do you turn around and tell AJ, well, I can't fight you on the 17th because of the Usyk fight? Motherfucker, you just said that fight is not important.
Yeah, but Jules, even though we're talking the truth, it's still giving him media attention.
But it ain't gonna make
if everybody just went radio silent on him,
because ain't nobody gonna buy, regardless of whatever, right? As many times as I might talk about him, that ain't gonna make a Chaw fight attractive. That's not. No, it don't matter what you. And I said that in my video. It don't matter what you saying on Twitter. It don't matter what you saying to AJ. If you fight someone like Chaw, that's not box office, and nothing can be done. It's not box office, especially now that y'all going through that electric bill shit. That they fucking price gouging motherfuckers ain't got money to be throwing away on bullshit. And if you ain't gonna fight in a fight that people want to see, not even saying it's your fault, it's not. But because you're not a draw, you can't just go in there with a char and get a $30 million purse. You're not a draw like that.
And they're just jealous.
My question is still, are we still okay? So moving forward, okay, the AJ fight's not on. We've all kind of reported that. So should we not report on Fury until there's a shit fight, and then we just come out and report that this fight is shit, and then we keep it moving? Or are we going to every day still keep?
No. See, I did 3 videos, right? In the last, I'll say 24 hours. 2 of them didn't really mention Fury that much. The last one did because it was about the wildest shit. But it's also therapy for me. I gotta talk my shit, bro. I can't stand this motherfucker. I gotta talk my shit. I have to. If I don't, I might explode. I gotta let it be. Yo, you full of shit, bro. How do you say there's more value in an AJ fight? You said that, right? And then you turn around. Well, I can't fight you on the 17th because of the Usyk fight. You said there's no value in the Usyk fight, though. You said it, right?
This
I
dude
talk
told
about
the
Fury.
press. He told the press that he can't, like, I'm signing with Frank because Frank pays more. And then when he drew the second fight with the first fight with Wilder, what did he do? Frank had to sign over half his contractual rights to Bob because he couldn't handle the workload.
Exactly.
Like, these guys is full of crap, man. Come on, man.
It's
on what
pure
planet?
jealousy,
On what can I add? On what planet does Frank Warren have more money to blow than Matchroom? Like where, bro?
And it all stems from every time AJ steps in the ring, he gets anywhere from an extra $20 to $40 million in endorsement sponsorship money.
Like,
yeah,
fam,
but the media, as long as the media is still not gonna call him on his stuff, then it's like
somebody has to, and
I
that would be
prefer
me.
to be part of the problem. Either gonna be part of the problem or the solution. For me, I'm not a content creator. My solution is, for me, I'm done with it.
Let me say this, Lisa.
I don't even mention it.
I'm gonna say this. Let me say this. When you see what the media is doing, if nobody pushes back, if Beats don't push back, and Chen don't push back, and I don't push back, they continue to perpetuate the lie unchecked.
Right. No, I get you. Y'all are content creators.
If I don't tell people, let me say this. If I don't tell people periodically, you do realize Wilder versus Fury flopped, right? If I don't say that on a regular, it gets buried. If I don't keep them screenshots and use it, it gets buried and people start to believe the lie. So every so often, I gotta remind you, Wilder turned down AJ for Fury. I gotta keep reminding you. Don't let them tell you AJ ducked that man. Wilder admitted himself. They offered me more money for AJ, but I chose you. So stop with the AJ. No, and I gotta do that periodically because if I don't, they get to keep telling a lie.
I get you. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but it's like when you up against a machine like an ESPN, not that they're going to
create the
say
narrative.
what they say. Right.
Yeah.
You have to look at the publications, like the people who write the articles and all of that. It's always been pro Fury. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I ain't gonna lie, right?
It's like you're fighting a losing battle.
Well, not really, because
lie,
they could be they could be pro Fury and do all that. It still hasn't worked to make him a star.
That's the point that I wanted to make before I pass it to Sport.
But the talking points are still out. That's in people's heads.
No, see, Lisa, let me say this. If what they were doing were working, right? If it were a losing battle, then we wouldn't see him having to resort to this. He would actually be a big box office draw. You see what I mean?
Listen, if it was a losing battle, right, and Anthony Joshua lost twice, and you still need him to make dough, that shows it's not working.
Bingo. Because I made a point. I made a point in a video. You wouldn't see Floyd doing this Fury shit with no fighter that ain't got no belt coming off 2 L's. Floyd would not have to. But why? Because Floyd was the money. Bro, what I look like chasing around a dude that just lost 2 fights? I ain't got to do that. I'm Floyd. Same with Canelo. Same with Oscar. Same with Sugar Ray Leonard. Same with any cash cow that ever was a cash cow. The reason that it's not a losing battle is Fury is not a cash cow. He's not a cash cow in the UK. He's not a cat. He definitely ain't a cash cow in America. The weirdest thing is that the cash cow in the UK is the dude that just lost.
And that's what we're saying, Alexis. We're not saying who wins or lose the fight. We're talking about something completely different.
Look, it ain't gonna be no fight, and that's where Alexis that's where I lose him. That he's pretending that this dude is serious. When on earth has a super fight ever been negotiated this way? But we supposed to play along because it's dumbass Fury. So was he serious when he said he wanted half a belt? No, he wasn't serious. But he's serious about negotiating a super fight in 3 days on the internet.
Let's be honest. Hey, Julius, right? You as a content creator, me, Lady Chan, Beats, we all like doing Fury videos. Let's be honest, because we like to see grown men have a complete fucking meltdown in the comment section.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
definitely.
Don't we, Courtney? We do. Super meltdown.
Do you know how much money I make?
Yo, I just bought my third house with them crying.
Wow. It just gives me a headache. For me, not because I'm not a content creator. It's just like
house for it.
It's just like, do people ever just like have critical thinking skills? Do people ever? It's just like they say the same thing every day. It's just so redundant and repetitive. It's just boring.
Yeah, we're content creators, so we got to kind of cover it, sis. I know.
Yeah, but also that it's not like if it was free, then I would be with Lisa. Like, I ain't just gonna be doing this shit every day. If I wasn't getting money, if I wasn't getting, then I'd be with like, man, I just can't be doing this shit. But I'm like, man, you know how mad motherfuckers. Look, motherfuckers make ghost accounts on Twitter just to be able to argue. Motherfuckers will show up in the comments mad as a bitch.
I know.
It's just bumping up views, bro. Yep. That's what it's about. Like, look, I'm gonna say this shit, and you gonna get mad, and I'm gonna get money, and you gonna get mad.
True. Yeah, facts.
Hey, listen, you know what? There's a brand new Audi Q6 that I got my eye on. All I gotta do is make a couple of fucking Tyson Fury videos, watch people have a complete meltdown, and they pay him for this shit. No
literally, yo. Literally, like Tyson Fury, like, you know what? He might not sell pay-per-views, but he can drum up some YouTube metrics.
Beats. You got Fury fans paying you more than buy his pay-per-views.
That's mad, because I've been looking at the Q6s. The Q7s are massive, but I've been looking at the Q6s as well, to be honest. That's mad. Snap, what color are you gonna get?
Oh, black.
Blacked out. I might get it polar white.
Nice.
See, it's not what's
I
really
want to get
said.
Gypsy King printed on the side of it.
Me too.
It's not really what's being said in the media, it's what's not being said. And Julius brought attention to it with Steve Bunce, right? If you were going to make an honest article, you say, yo, Fury, stop talking shit. How come you're going to fight Derek? How come you're going to fight Mambo Cha? And he's saying, I'm sick of everybody. What do you mean you're sick of everybody? All the bullshit is coming from one side.
Thank you. Steve Bunce. What I got from Steve Bunce is you are mad at Fury. You do feel he's full of shit. You just don't want to say it. Because nobody else was uploading videos. Nobody else was negotiating in the public. It was Fury. So the fact that you're mentioning this, that already tells me you're impatient with Fury, or you're bored with Fury. You just won't say it. But he's who you're bored with, because Eddie ain't uploading videos to Twitter.
Right.
Yeah, AJ don't even be doing that shit. It's one guy doing all of this. One guy. And that's who you talking about.
Now, who is Steve Bunce again?
Steve Bunce is a pundit. Steve Bunce is a pundit in the UK, a known pundit. He's been at it for many, many years. And he's normally a Tyson Fury ball licker, right? But recently he was like, yo, I'm just bored with this whole thing. I'm bored of the rambling. He said a lot of shit. And it sounds like you bored with Fury because, well, the only one doing any of this is Fury. But you're not going to say Fury because you got to lick his balls. Right. Like, you've been licking his balls. But it is Fury you talking about, because Eddie not uploading videos. No, he ain't doing that. AJ ain't doing that. You talking about Fury. You bored with Fury.
Do you know that IFL Umar should fucking get sacked and move over to Queensbury? Because he is a Frank Warren bull cocksucker. He gets on my nerves. Really,
Umar sounds like he's intimidated by Frank.
Yeah, because he grovels to him. He grovels to Frank. Eddie can't stand him. Eddie hardly does interviews with Umar, because he says to Umar, why don't you ask Frank these fucking questions? You want to always come and ask me shit. When Frank lies, why don't you pull up Frank?
Let me say this. What IFL is doing, or at least what Umar is doing, is smart for them. It's smart for them as a platform, as content creators. No. Let me tell you why it's smart for them. Somebody needs to be on the Fury side of this to get access, because that is their bread and butter. Somebody needs to be on that side, and somebody needs to be in good with Frank, and Coogan can stay in good with Eddie, so that you get
good with Frank though. Still, he can still do interviews with Frank.
Yeah, but Coogan is one man. He's one man. He probably doesn't have to like that's time. Time is what it is. So while you over there, look, play with Frank's balls a little bit. Just play with them, and I'll play with Eddie's balls. No, pause. But that's, and it's smart for them because you get all that content and you get all that access. So I understand why they're doing it. They're playing side. I get it. From a business standpoint, if you're an arms dealer, right? If Chan is at war with Lisa, well, I'm not going to get as much money just selling guns to Chan. I'm going to sell Lisa some guns, and I'm going to watch y'all shoot at each other, and I'm going to get both of that money. So you got to do it, yo.
Yeah. Talksport is like
see,
that.
I know the Gareth
Talksport
Davies
suckers as well. Talksport are fucking ridiculous.
Well, Talksport is to the UK what Stephen A. Smith is to America, or what Skip Bayless is to America. Like you, when you say what you say, you really say it for reactions. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're a more or less more serious periodical than a content creator on YouTube. You are. Talksport is heard by millions of people, millions upon millions of people.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy.
It's more serious. But what you say is not real. Like what Skip said that McGregor would beat Mayweather. Come on, bro. Come on.
Oh, I remember that. That was ludicrous. Yeah.
Wasn't Skip also one of the ones that said Ronda would get him? Like, bro, you saying that shit?
Yeah.
For hot takes. Yeah, like it's stupid. Like you saying that you've been. I remember he said he'd been covering boxing since Leonard, right? And I'm like, so you've been covering boxing since Leonard, and your annotation is that McGregor's gonna get him? It's either you lying, or you saying this shit for clicks. I'm like, nah, you saying this shit for clicks, bro. Because that's your job, is to say hot dumb shit. Just like, remember Howard Stern, Lisa, that he used to say all
I remember him.
Shit like that. Like,
yeah, Howard Stern was shocked.
Yeah. He's a shock jock.
Like Piers Morgan.
Wendy Williams was a shock jock.
Bingo.
She was on the radio. Yeah.
Piers Morgan is as well.
Because serious journalists, remember what Wendy said about Pac? A lot of people got mad, right? Wendy says she heard Pac got his cheeks clapped in prison, right? And if you a serious journalist, you're not even going to put that out there till you did a story and some research and you talk to people. But you're not a serious journalist. You a shock jock.
Yeah.
Wendy wasn't even a DJ. She's not a DJ. They have people when she was on WBLS and all. They had there was people that selected the music. Or she's not a DJ. Funk Master Flex is an actual DJ.
K Slay, Flex,
K Slay, and all. Yeah,
those are deep. Wendy wasn't nothing but a mouth that's going to say some shit to get people talking, and that's Simon Jordan.
Right.
Simon Jordan is like,
No, but I believe that Simon Jordan you can see how he talks about AJ and how he talks about Antu Fury. He's definitely.
Can I say that? Look, I'm not in the UK, right? But I know who Simon Jordan is talking to. I know who like Tyson Fury and Frank. I know, like I see it all. Like, and I talked about this the last time we talked to you, and I'm like, I know what this is.
Yeah, bye.
I know what that is, and I'm like, it all fits. I get it now. Y'all mad that Fury ain't an MBE like my man. Y'all mad.
My friend.
He's mad that
MBE. Yeah,
he ain't get to go to Buckingham and give a little speechy thing and represent. Yeah, I know.
You're jealous, point blank.
Cause ain't no way I'm gonna be on camera talking about Drew Dick. That don't make sense, bro. Why would I do that? Yeah. He is on camera. Well, I bet he's got a nice cock. Wish I had one.
And also, AJ, really, if you check it, guys, AJ has to be silenced in this time because he absolutely got an MBE from the Queen. So it'd be disrespectful if he comes out trash talking now. So he's actually being respectful in the position that he's met with.
Let me say this. The reason that AJ, and it's a real reason, I would do it myself. I can't be out here shooting off at the mouth like a loose cannon the way you do, because I actually have something to lose. I have endorsements that get me millions upon millions upon millions of dollars that you don't have. See, you could say that shit because your sponsors, Wow Hydrate, How's Wow Hydrate? That's your sponsor. Mine's is fucking Range Rover, bro. Mine's is Hugo Boss, bro. I can't be out here acting stupid like you. I cannot. You realize that I'm so fucking fly that after I leave box, I could get in mad shit. Bro, you still gonna be a hillbilly.
There's the thing. Billionaires want to hang out with AJ. Billionaires.
Like if we explain, which is I sympathize a little bit, but if it's me, I'm gonna find a way to talk my shit. But I understand a bit of it. That like, look, this dude got endorsements that make him a fortune. He cannot run around like a loose cannon saying whatever like Fury. Remember, Fury don't really got a. What you gonna lose? What sponsor you gonna lose, bro? What? Wild Hydrate. Furiosity. Who drink that shit?
Ice
People even drink that shit?
Fury don't even have a merch.
They've actually got these ice lollies as well. If you go in Iceland, you get the drink. You get
Fury don't even have a merchandise endorsement. He presses up the stuff and sells them on his swap meet shirts on his website. Under Armour makes a dedicated
AJ
line for AJ, like The Rock.
So does Hugo Boss.
Exactly.
I'm not like see some Hugo Boss.
Wow.
Some Hugo Boss is like some shit, right? The companies that are behind this kid are companies where people who have money spend money, right? Whereas Fury, what's your drink with like $1, right? And it's guys like me running around. They ain't gonna drink that shit just because of your face on it, because it don't fit. Why am I drinking some shit that got Fury? That don't feel right, and I'm not gonna buy that shit. Your water can't be. I'm not gonna buy no shit with no man face on it, bro.
Probably got Coke in it.
Wow.
Motherfucker chugging some shit that got a Tyson foot. Like, nah, it would never happen, bro. I'm gonna be on
Everlast.
No, I would wear that. I would wear that.
He doesn't have.
No, I'm saying, is he with them?
Oh yeah, he got. Don't he have Everlast?
No, he's not endorsed by Everlast. Where's Everlast go?
No, he got Under Armour. He got Under Armour.
No,
you're
talking about
Under Armour.
I'm talking about Fury.
No, he doesn't have Everlast.
Fury don't got. Nah.
I think he wears Paffins, but I don't endorse by any.
Okay.
Like, no.
That's what I'm trying. Like, the reason that Fury now, why doesn't Fury have these kinds of corporate sponsorships? There's too much stuff out there of Fury saying things about groups of people that could be used against them. Remember when Manny Pacquiao lost the Adidas endorsement because of those comments about the LGBTQ ABC? Remember that?
Yeah, it was Nike. It was Nike.
It was Nike. My fault. And it's like if Manny could lose some shit, right? Or for that, you know what kind of videos is out there? Tyson Fury saying shit. You can't fuck with a dude like you.
He's a liability, man. He's a liability.
The PED case doesn't help either, man. I mean, like,
yeah, coke, liability, everything. Yeah, he's a liability. He's a no.
Now, let me read the super chat. Funny, it's the same marketing plan from 4 years ago. Use AJ to clout chase and build. Yeah, that's what it's always been. When you think about it, they pay IQ. Wait, let me see. They pay IQ to simp for Fury and Wilder, and the best part is that it's on record. Yeah, that's what they want me to do. But that ain't what go down. Mr. D-Lo said Fury sponsored by Wild Boar meat. Wild boar testicles, not just meat. Boar testicles.
Who the hell eats testicles, man? Who the hell eats testicles?
I know.
I can't get my wife to eat them. Never mind to fucking put them in my own mouth.
Like, if you think about, like, when I watch Beats' video, I invite all of y'all to watch it, drum up his metrics, everybody in the chat, everybody on the pit, watch the shit. When he talk about Fury is obsessed with this kid. And I stopped and I'm like, listen, just being honest, not on no joking shit, being honest. There is not an instance in the day where I'm going to be on camera talking about another man's dick, not even as a joke. Why? Exactly. Why? That told me a lot. See, shit like that, it tell me a lot. That, like, bro, you had to think of this joke, bro. Either you thought about it now or you been thinking about it. You're like, damn, he probably got a big old meat. Wish I had a big old meat. Bro, It's funny because I laughed.
Yeah,
I was like, bro. So what you trying to say that you 6'9" with a 5'5" cock?
No, he
What
must
you saying, bro?
going on down there, but he's
That
got
shit not. That shit is like as a joke. Like, bro, why would you even go there, bro?
Right.
Man, I just looked right now. One of AJ's boxing hoodies on Hugo Boss is sold out, and they're $250.
Do you see what I'm saying? Exactly.
Damn.
I'm trying to. It's like you know, like if you playing, like, you know, you got some nice titties. Yeah, I mean, like, you could play, but there's an element of truth in it. You see what I mean? So
yeah.
If you sitting here talking to Coogan, how y'all went from boxing and AJ's a great guy. He's a good guy, but he's got a big dick. I'm like,
Exactly.
bro, how the fuck did we get there?
In the past, men didn't do all of that stuff. I don't know.
You know what it is as well, yeah?
New stuff.
It's not even just Fury. It's Frank as well.
Frank, I can't stand
like Frank's desperate. Like Frank the other day said, AJ is now the B-side to Dubois and Joyce. Right? And all of a sudden, right, they want AJ to jump the queue to give Fury the big fight.
Yeah,
so, right, like I wonder what Joyce and Dubois are thinking. Oh, you're gonna give AJ the fight before us and Frank and you know what I mean? Come on, man.
Yo, Don Ramon said.
Wait.
Don Ramon was like, maybe Fury seen AJ naked in the locker room or something.
well, Beats. It also, look what Mauricio Suleiman said about Fury fighting AJ.
What did he say?
He was up for. He's open to it, right, Juice?
Right. I'm glad because I'm about to do a segment on it tomorrow. Now Suleiman trying to get at the AJ money. Oh yeah, we love the idea of a AJ Fury fight. We love. Yeah, I bet you do, you cocksucking fat bitch. I bet you do.
Check private chat, Jules.
Look, AJ does not deserve a title shot. He doesn't. Like, if you're going to talk about metrics, money, and yes, fair enough. But you've lost twice on the bounce. He needs to have a couple of fights and reestablish himself. And I'm an AJ supporter.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
That's the
truth. Dude, who's that dude in the comment section saying
it's all right,
shit?
It's all right. Don't mention
I ain't worried. Bro, listen. This is what I'm talking. Why y'all noticed them, right?
Yeah.
Why y'all noticed them. He watching my shit. I'm getting money. Whether you send me a super chat or you watching this video, you just drumming up my. If they wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't even know. And you just making me money, bro. This is what I mean when we talk about this Fury guy. These fucking hillbillies come up and they mad. Then he's this. Well, AJ is this. Bro, you're not going to irritate me with that shit. Like that shit, I didn't even. Yo, if they wouldn't have told me, I wouldn't even seen that shit.
Wouldn't it be funny though? Wouldn't it be funny if the fight did go ahead, AJ knocked him out, he gets a WBC belt, fucks it over the top rope, and says, "Screw your fucking sanction fees, WBC, go fuck yourself."
Yeah, that would be.
Fury is obsessed with AJ like Joker was with Batman, which are fictional characters, but shit, reality is stronger than fiction. That's when art imitates life, folks. Sometimes life imitates art, but it is true. And like I said, everybody go watch that video from Beats. Everybody here in the chat, everybody here on the panel. When you watch it, you realize that, like, yeah, see, this ain't just some business shit. I came at it at a business angle just because it's easier for me to understand that. But Beats came at it from the psychology shit. I'm like, yeah, that shit is true. Like, Frank, it's really not a role reversal. You know, like, let's say AJ goes to shit. Fuck him. He ain't shit no more. You still not fucking with Eddie though,
right?
Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, Anthony Yard?
Look at the mistakes Frank made. Before Frank put Anthony Yard on the Fury card, he said, "No, I'm saving him." And now, Beterbiev gets injured, can't fight until next year, and he's got to give Anthony Yard a run out this year. Just
when he could have fought,
bro. This how you know it's bad.
He got a cool million and kept it pushing.
Bro, you had to get Lou DiBella. You had to get Lou DiBella to get you Joshua Buatsi so you can have something to put on TV. Because your boy Yard, well, he's going to fight Beterbiev, but that got fucked off because Artur got hurt. So now you got to put something on. I'm going to try to get Joshua Buatsi. It's like, fam, you desperate. And while you worried about this local circuit, the Yards and the Buatsis, because they're really not, whatever, right? Eddie got Bam, bro.
We got Canelo and Bam this month. We got Ben and Eubank next month, and then we got Bivol and Zerto the following month.
Well, and it's like, see, I think that people don't look at things in as itemized a way as I do. But I ask myself a simple question. For what remains of this year, how many shows does Frank have that I want to watch? How many shows does Eddie have that I want to watch?
A lot. I'm sorry.
How many shows does Bob have left in the year that I know about?
The honorable Bob Arum.
Even Ben and Eubank is doing huge rounds right now.
It's sold out.
Yeah.
It's sold out.
Everybody's waiting to see the gloves are off tomorrow. And it looks like a good one. It looks like a good one.
Tomorrow. Is it with Johnny Nelson?
Yeah, the gloves are off. They did the sit-down joint. And my thing is that a lot of, like, as content creators and just as boxing fans, a lot of the conversations that we engage in, they make things murkier than they actually are. There are at least 5 Matchroom shows that I want to watch that I know of. 5. There's maybe 1, and that's just Parker versus Joyce. That's it. That's literally it. I don't watch a lot of Frank Warren shows. Now, Bob, I'll fuck with Bob. Bob, what do you have going on for what remains of this year? What Haney and Cambo? That's 1 then. That's one. That's it.
But
and maybe the Lopez fight in December.
I don't want to jump in like that. But let me just say this.
And Lomachenko's return.
Super chat. Virtuoso super chat, Jules. Sorry.
And Lomachenko's return, Jules. That's it.
Yeah, but is Lomachenko? Can I ask? I'm gonna pass it to Beats after. I'm gonna pass it to Beats after this. Do you think that Lomachenko fighting Ortiz is really on the scale of Ben versus Eubank?
No. I'd rather.
No. I'm not saying it to you. In other words, compare the shows. Lomachenko Ortiz versus Canelo and Golovkin. Lomachenko Ortiz versus Ben and Eubank.
And Lomachenko
Ortiz versus Bivol and Ramirez. These guys are not on, and that's why Alexis is mad at me. But I'm being honest.
And to be honest, none of us want to watch Kambosos Haney 2 again.
No, we don't. Sorry.
Right. And okay, even if we get
I forgot it's not on the level, but I do want to see Shakur get out there again. So I forget.
So do I.
That's
but
it.
I'm not lying when I say that, like, he treats it, in other words, as if it's debatable. No, it's not. It's not debatable. Bob has no fights this year, right? For what's left. You have no fights left on the scale of Canelo Golovkin. You don't. You don't. You have no fights here or in the UK on the scale of Ben versus Eubank. You don't. All right? There is nothing you have going on.
Do they even
I'm
have
not done, fam. I'm not done. You don't have nothing going on the scale of Bivol and no, you don't, bro. Arts was injured, remember?
If
so why am I supposed to pretend? Why I'm supposed to pretend that they operate? Y'all got to get together just to try and keep up.
Why? Who's crying? Alexis, yeah.
Like it's
Alexis, I'm buying water. Listen, let me tell you something, right? If AJ fights a bin man in December, it's still Lomachenko's fight. And even if we get away from numbers, did you see Gallo versus Cortez the other week? That was an incredible fight. Look at some of Bam's performances. Katie Taylor versus Serrano. Listen, Eddie putting on some shit, but people are ignoring it. They're ignoring it.
No. You know what it is, Beats? Look, I love Marshall versus Shields. Make no mistake. I love the card. I love all of it. But he's acting like, because Bob is tenuously, that's not Bob's party. That's Ben Shalom's party, bro. It's not Bob's party. The money to pay Alicia, that's Ben Shalom. Why is it on Scott in? It's not Bob's money, but as long as Bob is somehow tenuously, he give Bob the credit, like the thing with Inouye. We got Inouye versus Donaire because of Akihiko Honda, fam. Not because of Bob. Stop it. I know Bob is dope. I like Bob for what it's worth. And I I like Frank because he make me laugh, right? But when I think about the level at which they're at, right? What do you have? This is super fight after super fight after super fight for the women and the men. For the women and the men. All right. Now you trying to keep up. Frank trying to keep up with Eddie. Oh, I got Amanda Serrano on fighting Sarah Mahfoud. Bro, that shit ain't gonna fuck with that Taylor versus Serrano, bro. I'm just being real with you.
And then we all heard them say that.
That's
we
not
all
even a
heard
better
them
fight
say
than
that
Cameron and
Oscar
Jessica.
and Shakur
It's
was
not.
gonna be bigger.
It's
than
not.
Katie, and it wasn't.
It's like when you think about, he got Jessica McCaskill, Chantel Cameron. I love them both. They about to throw down because that's the fuck they do in the UAE, my God. And the most that you can do is curtail what Eddie did because Jake didn't do it, you dumb fucks. It was on the zone, right? Right. So that's where the money came from, you fucking bozos. If it came from Jake, it would have been on Showtime. He has a deal with them. None of that money came from them. Came from the zone. That's who paid for it.
Showtime don't even want to put Floyd's exhibitions on.
That shit is dumb. Like, motherfuckers.
Floyd's got an exhibition coming up, and I didn't even know about it.
With a fucking kickboxer.
Yeah.
And Showtime don't even want no part of it.
He's going outside, fam.
Wait, I can't take it no more, man. I'm a fan. I can't take it.
We didn't even know about it. I just found out yesterday on accident.
Can't take
now, all I'm trying to say is that, look, I'm a boxing fan. You think if Frank is putting on a good fight, you think I'm watching? I like Joyce versus Park. I like that whole card. I love Raven. I love all of them, right? But just being honest, how many shows like that do you have for the you got that one? Eddie got a lot of shit coming through, fam.
I'm gonna try and find the video, right? It's a few months old, and I compared Frank's shows this year to Eddie's shows this year, and it was such a horrible beatdown. It was the worst beatdown ever in anything you could compete two parties against. It was an absolute slaughter.
Because they play a game where we're gonna be childish. Okay, I'm not childish. I'm an adult. I'm damn near 40. Eddie Hearn has a major show in the UAE, a major show in America, a major show in the UK. Right? That's him. That's not him and somebody. That's Matchroom. Now, if Frank does Joyce versus Parker, that's not Bob, bro. That's Frank. That's what Frank has, all right? Just because Bob is the broadcast partner, it still ain't a top-ranked show, my guy. All 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 of y'all, Lou got to jump into bed with Bob, to jump into bed with Frank, to keep up with Eddie. Right. That's what y'all got to do.
And on top of that, Jules, we're going to get Bam Rodriguez at the end of December, and we're still getting Chocolatito.
And Estrada 3.
Estrada 3.
None of them have got a prospect like Bam Rodriguez. None of them.
None. No, I ain't going front. No. Wait.
And he's not a champion.
No. You need to wait a minute now. Now, if we going to talk the prospect shit, Bob got some shit.
Oh, yeah.
He's got Bam Rodriguez shit?
Yeah, he's got some.
No. He look.
If he got Keyshawn Davis.
He got Keyshawn Davis. He got Shushu Carrington. He got Jared Anderson. He got that fucking Puerto Rican kid named Armani. Yeah, that's another little motherfuckers.
Xander Zayas is still a prospect.
He got Bam. He got Puello. He got Xander Zayas. That kid looked like money. So if we gonna talk the prospect shit, Bob got some shit.
Yo, Bam start room beside, bro, and beat up Courageous convincingly, bro.
No, I'm talking about like who has more prospects that can go all the way. Bob does have more. He does. Like that's like look, man.
But no,
ain't nobody gonna beat Shakur, bro.
I hear what you're saying. The only prospect that Bob got that can reach that it factor like Bam is Xander. Because Xander has that natural charisma outside the ring.
Yeah. Xander ain't just Xander isn't just.
I don't give a no. Bam is sparkling.
No. See, Bam is further along. I think that's what beats is like because he beat fuck Quadra Stop Room. I'm with it. He further along than Xander. But when I think about the money that Xander can make, if he gets to the same point that Bam, it's not close, bro. That kid has it all. Got the look, got the skills, got the style, and he's a big kid. You know, Americans don't characteristically watch the lighter weights but they'll watch some junior middles and middles. They're middles really, not really junior middles really. And he's young enough that like I see money. Like as long as he stays in character, I see money. I don't see money with everybody, but I see money with that kid.
And Xander's not even 20 yet.
Bruh, if he start fucking singing reggaeton, Bad Bunny, toda la vaina.
Oh, don't, it's over.
It's fucking over, bro.
And you forget they got Berlanga too, baby.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
God, I need him to lose.
Yeah, me too.
Who do you want? Who do you want to lose more? I mean, out of the young guys like that.
I'm sick of Berlanga. I'm sick of Mark Kriegel telling me about his dad. Like, I'm tired of all that shit, bro.
I'm sick of
Kodina Rakimov. Like Kodina Rakimov.
Beautiful, wonderful fight.
Lee Wood versus
fucking Lara.
Yeah.
Bro, this is what I mean. Those is the supplemental shows. When I think, and that's a good show in general, like, yeah, that's a moneymaker, right? But that's just the supplemental shows that Eddie has. You see what I mean? That's just like, and we also got, right? But you got Canelo and Golovkin. You got Bivol Ramirez. Fam!
Ryder Munguia. What's Ryder Munguia on?
Munguia's on Golden Boy.
Yes,
what's that? Ain't he fighting Ryder?
It's dead. The Zone doesn't want to pay for it. That's the rumor.
Oh, damn.
It's dead.
So
I liked it.
So wait.
I liked it, but they don't want to pay for it.
By Alexis logic, anything that Golden Boy puts on is I got to give Eddie credit.
I guess.
Right?
Yeah, I guess. Because the way he doing it, it's like look, I like Bob, and I admit he made a very valid point. That is true. Bob has less money than Eddie, but he gets more out of his money than Eddie does. That's actually true. Out of that $100 million or $80 million budget that ESPN gives him, he gets a lot out of that shit. Yeah. He makes the money work because he's a hustler.
Fights with that. 2 fights.
He does.
Yeah.
And I understand all of that, but I'm not gonna pretend that Bob is operating on the same level. Bro, this dude is doing a show in the UAE, a big show. Then he's doing another big show in your country, America. And he's doing another big.
I can't lie though.
Where I push back is
Kobe Pedraza fight was flipping brilliant, man.
Bob didn't come into the game rich. He had to hustle his way up to his level.
Yeah, so I think that Alexis
credit for that.
He came from the Senate's office.
Yeah, and I get here. Bob, here's the thing. It's on one of the old 3 knockdown rule stories. Bob Arum was involved in an audit where someone was a promoter, and he saw from the other side, like, damn, this is how you guys get the book.
It was
and then Cohen. He switched and became a promoter. Meanwhile, Eddie started off balling, and he turned a 7-figure company into damn near a 9-figure company.
Yeah,
you can't teach that.
Yeah, like I ain't going not. I don't. He makes it a verse. Like, look, I like Bob. I even like Frank, especially when Frank get mad when he's talking to Chris Eubank. He said, "Next generation, you 32." I laughed for 10 minutes. Shit, I laughed for 10. I'm like, yo, that's cold shit. But just being real, no, they not fucking with Edward, bro. Like, look at how many shows he's like. Nah, fam, y'all not fucking with that dude. At all, like, no, like, y'all making it seem like, oh, AJ lost, so it's over. Really? So let them announce fucking AJ Otto Valine at the O2. See if the bitch don't sell out. Just see, bro. Motherfucker, oh, he's speaking too soon. Oh, so he can't sell because he lost. Last I checked, Oscar already had losses when he fought Hopkins, but that was still a big fight. So what the fuck y'all talking about?
Right.
Oscar already had losses when he fucking fought Floyd. It was still a big fight. Oscar already had losses when he fought fucking Manny. He's still a big fight. So what the fuck y'all talking about for him? What are you talking? Because he lost to Usyk. So he going, all right, motherfucker.
Yeah, listen, come back. Listen. Bob didn't come into the game broke, right? He was investigating that Floyd Patterson rematch and the closed circuit TV receipts from, what was it, Roy Conn, right? And that's how he didn't come in broke, because he stepped in with Muhammad Ali and he got Jim Brown a job announcing. He didn't come in broke. He came in throwing hands.
My
Right?
thing is this. My thing is this, right? Bob has relationships that Eddie don't have, the same way Eddie has one or two relationships that Bob don't have. I'd say that Bob is more powerful than people realize and smarter.
Very, very powerful.
He's more powerful than people realize, and you need to pay attention.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know when I realized that? The way he screwed up the Irish dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
He screwed up his ish, bro. And
as soon as Danny got a little fresh with Bob, what happened? Oh, you sanctioned. That's not a coincidence.
Danny who?
Danny Kinahan. Bob Arum said, let me quote the shit. Bob said that he didn't like some of the bully tactics that Daniel Kinahan tried to employ very recently. Coincidentally, very recently, Daniel Kinahan was sanctioned by the U.S. government. It was all smooth sailing up until recently. Now, who has friends in the U.S. government? Just guess.
There you go. He was in the Kennedy.
Yes.
He was in the Kennedy.
He's literally in the Kennedy administration.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah, I read that. Yeah.
And he's old money. He's old money. The danger is the old money. He's old money. And you see what he did with the contract with Fury. Because, all right, Fury can't get back in America, but Fury owes him what? 2 fights in America.
And listen, he's on the hook. He's on the hook, Beats. He's on the hook because that's basically saying, yo, you know you mine until you come back. You know that you still mine. Like you mine, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever that means you could fight in the UK 30 times.
Yeah.
Still mine. Till you come back here and give me my 2 shows, you mine.
Yeah. Exactly. I didn't know he had 2 shows left still. I thought that was finished. I thought the contract was done.
He spoke the fight hype and Dev Sani. I heard Dev Sani's bitch ass voice. And I know Dev Sani was one of the ones that was there talking to him. And he said, every show Fury does is a co-promotional show. And he still owes two. He owes Top Rank 2 shows that have to be in America. So even though he can't come into America right now, that don't matter, bro. You still Top Rank. You can't leave.
Guys, don't you remember when Fury was going to fight? When Fury fought White, that was supposed to be the last fight on his contract.
No, it's not. Look, the story done changed. That's all I'm telling you, champ. Maybe we thought that, or maybe that's what the story was. Maybe, but recently, last week, I
heard that. What you're saying? Yep, I heard it. That same thing, and I thought that he was still. I thought he was out of contract. I thought
Frank sold him to the devil, bro. That's what he did. I mean, that's what he done, basically.
People still like to pretend that Mikey won the lawsuit, and it's like, yo, the things that people do with their own brain is amazing to me. Like, do you know what Bob did to this kid's career? He derailed it for 3 years, and you think Mikey won something? What? Exactly. You just lost 3 years of your career, and right towards the end or whatever, they decided, all right, fuck it, let him go. Right around when his contract would have been up. It's like, fam, what did you win? What? You don't get the 3 years you lost back, so you didn't win that. What the fuck you won?
Didn't get back no time. Yeah. Have you guys spoke about fucking Shields and Marshall, or did I miss it?
No, I did earlier, but I'm all Shields and Marshalled out. I'm just gonna sulk and cry and pray.
Oh no.
I'm like, man, I'm pissed because I wasn't
even lady. I'm the way Michaela and Elise have been going at. I'm like, fuck, I gotta wait another month.
Yeah, it is a month. Yeah, it is. It's a whole month.
Because they was getting spicy and I loved it.
Yeah, I know. I know, but hey, it's what it is. What's your prediction? Has anyone predicted though? Who do you think?
Man, I'm with Alicia till the motherfucking and that's final. All right, I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't care. Yeah. For Shields and Marshall, it's a closer affair. It is a closer affair because, and I said that Savannah only really has to do one thing, and it's not some complex. It's not. You have to punch with her. Force her to punch with you because that's when she's vulnerable. If you try to feint and jab, all right, you in a boxing match and you're gonna lose that. But if you just lay it on her, what you got working for you? Size and power. Use it.
Simple.
And Jules, I'm gonna need you to have a lot of coffee that day because you're gonna be live all day with all the fights.
Bro, I might be live till tomorrow. Shit.
Yeah, I'll tell you who did win.
How many fights we got that day? We got Haney.
It depends if it actually lands on the 15th. I don't know that it will. That's what they said, but we'll see. That's the date that they're looking at.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's already 2 big cards on that day, right?
It's fucking Wilder and Hellenius and Haney and Cambo.
Fuck. Yeah, that's a long day, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't know.
It's another card too. Matchroom going to Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, they doing their debut that day. Yeah, but they not gonna be. I don't know that I don't know that they're gonna be able to fuck with that Cambo with Brock Jarvis. Nah, bro.
Let me tell you this.
I don't know about that shit.
All I can say about what happened today with him is I can just say this is that them rich toffs shouldn't be stopping 4 working class women who have made their way up and they weren't given no favors like that. You shouldn't have stopped them earning their money today. No effing way.
It should have just went on. I mean, like lots of things got cancelled. Even my dinner reservations, that was a joke. But I mean, the Queen want me to eat no food. Like, that's bad. Like, we're not allowed to celebrate happy birthdays. So I know.
Everybody's supposed to eat though. Like work. You're not supposed to mess with people's work, bro.
And that's the point. That's more or less the point that Maxie. That's more or less the point that Maxie Hughes made that resonated with me. That like, just stay job. And other people are working. There's still infrastructure has not closed, right? The municipalities have not shut, and people are still working. Well, it just so happens that their job is to box, and if they don't box, they don't get paid. So it's like it does seem a little like that. Like I don't know. I ain't over there.
Trust fund girls. They're not trust fund girls. None of them.
I know.
None of them are trust fund babies.
But Beats, we just got to accept. We live in a monarchy, and whatever.
No, you don't have to say. You can always voice an opinion. Yeah, I'm not saying go out there and fight, but you can voice it. I'm voicing my opinion. They're not trustful. I'm nothing against the Queen. Yeah, she should go by the moon of death. But these are not. These girls didn't come from middle class.
I know.
Right? They had to work to get where they had to go. And even after this fight, they're gonna have to still keep working to secure their future.
And Beats, as another Brit, like, I forgot. Oh no, that's what I was going to say. Like, the Queen's ethos was really to keep shit moving, because that was what her ethos was, being disciplined and carrying on. So it is a bit mad that they have cancelled boxing, but at the end of the day, that's just the rules, and we can't overturn it.
Yeah, like
I tell you what, Margaret Thatcher, right, would have said, let them go out there and pay their taxes and their thing. Let them go and work. Margaret Thatcher would have said, let them work.
Yeah, you know but if they had the fights on, there was another thing that all of the travel and everyone coming into Buckingham Palace to lay flowers, it would have just O2's mad at the normalist times. With people coming in.
That's true. O2 is not too far away from Buckingham Palace.
This is too.
Sporting made the point that because the fight is in London, that's part of what made it a difficult situation to negotiate.
Exactly that.
And I'm going to say this. After 9/11, right, one of the feats of strength that they wanted to show in New York was that we're going to go on. So my mindset is, okay, at a time of loss, you got to show strength. You go on. The show.
Yeah, I remember that period.
Yeah, Hopkins.
Hopkins. It was Bernard Hopkins.
That fight was postponed.
No, but it was no. You're right, Lisa. But it was postponed for different reasons. They picking up bodies at the center. They picking up bodies at the center.
I get you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I just wanted to let Beats know if that happened here in the U.S., the same thing would happen.
Do you think you feel that way? Like if the president got shot, let's say he got shot, like we gonna call everything or because she ain't even get shot. She ain't get shot.
It'd be like if Biden died randomly today.
Yeah, it would shut down.
It would shut down because none of us have seen a president die in office unless you're a certain age. Kennedy was the last one. We're talking about a presiding.
I mean,
yeah, but it's a protocol.
10 years.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's the protocol. It happened when Kennedy. It's the same.
She not no Lisa right Lisa if look just if we show the equivalent because the queen she wasn't just like somebody, feel me? Yeah, I mean, it ain't like Jimmy Carter. We know because she really in there in that shit. Whereas Jimmy is retired. So if Jimmy die in his sleep, life goes on. You know what I mean? He's not in office.
He's not a presiding president, though. He's not in office.
That's the point I'm making.
That's the difference.
That's what I mean. That if Jimmy Carter step on a Lego and whatever, well, he's not in office, so it's
Beats, you know it, man. You have to understand it. It's 70 years. We live in Britain, babe. It's Saitga. I eat that.
I'm still jealous they live over there.
I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed.
You guys are in a proper country.
Working class people have to fight for every penny, right? And like you said with Max Hughes, if you ain't gonna because the train people, they didn't strike because of what happened. They said, "Oh, we're gonna leave it open. We're not gonna strike." Right? If you're not gonna stop all the other people working, you shouldn't stop boxers.
They did it in South. When Floyd Mayweather was thingy, the king died and it had to lock off. That's how it goes.
Yeah, he died. Yeah, but okay, yeah, but
no,
it's the thing is that look, the thing is there's a good point.
There's for a few days. Sorry, Ring. Let me just
beats.
No, it's a 35-day cancellation. You can't do that for 35 days.
It went to a different country. It went to Dubai in the end.
No, it went to Abu Dhabi. It was in Dubai. Went to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah,
but 35 days.
Because the reason why, because otherwise, if they didn't move into Abu Dhabi, they have to.
I don't want to sound anti-royalist, so I'll bail on this one for now.
I'm gonna just say the only point that let me make this point. The only point that kind of resonates with me on the other side of the argument is municipalities didn't close, infrastructure didn't stop, trains are still running, mail is still getting delivered, shops are still open. So we are talking about blue collar workers that are still going to work. That's still going on. It is going on. It didn't stop, right? So when I think about fighters is blue collar workers, right? And they job is fighting. So I just don't see the correlation for me, just me. I don't really see the correlation where it's like if it was a parade getting canceled, yeah, I definitely understand if it's a parade. But you talking about people fighting, like it don't connect for me. They're like, well, why they gotta cancel it? Like it ain't like motherfuckers it's a festival and somebody celebrating some. No, it's a fight.
Cancelled, Jules, into London. My family had to come home from work that were based in Leicester, and they got relieved on Thursday because they wouldn't have been able to get in to London.
Hey.
So, Jules, real quick.
Lennox makes a great point. See, Clarissa Shields, she took the fight out of the Northeast. If it was in the Northeast, the fight may have went on. But in South, right, the O2 is only a couple of miles away from Buckingham Palace. Right, yeah. The 20,000 people heading to the O2, and how much thousands or maybe millions congregating around Buckingham Palace. You know,
Buckingham Palace, not like that. Greenwich. I'm closer to Buckingham. No, it's not. It's not close to Buckingham Palace like that, Beats. No, it's not.
No, it's not close, but like you've got 20,000. Like Buckingham Palace ain't too far from South. It's South London, isn't it?
Look, the BBOC canceled all boxing, so even if it wasn't Hartlepool,
SW like
Chelsea behind South London, man.
It's not in South London, Beats. It's in West, but it's SW postcode, but it's on the other.
But look, this is what I'm saying. The BBC canceled all boxing, so it could have been it could have been in the Northeast or in wherever. It would have been the same thing because they canceled all boxing. Ain't nobody fighting over there today.
Nothing. What about football? Is there any footy going to be on? Wasn't that cancelled?
No, I heard all the football got canceled. That's what I heard, but I ain't over there, so how the fuck would I? That's just what I read, that it's all canceled. Rugby and cricket is what I heard is going on.
Rugby got cancelled.
I got a question, Jules. We know that Marv Nation came through with the money, the 10%. Lots of their cars have been on the zone in conjunction with Golden Boy.
No.
The last card last night, yeah, in Costa Rica.
That's a Golden Boy card.
But no, it was in the local in Costa Rica.
Let me put it to you another way. Roberto Diaz was there. Would he be there if it wasn't a Golden Boy show?
No, I get it, but like with the local government, it was Marv Nation. What I'm saying is, where does that Zepeda pro-grade fight end up?
I have no idea.
See,
to be honest with
you, man, like Buckingham Palace in South London. In South London, man. Like, but
yes, Beats. It's not on the South London side of the water. We don't cross a bridge to get to. I live near there. It's a southwest postcode, but it's not in South. We don't go over into Brixton territory or Battersea. It's on the west. It's on the southern point of West London.
Is Brixton in the house? Brixton, that's where Gillian White from.
It's on our side of the waters. You don't cross to go over there unless you are coming from South.
I'm going to take a guess. That's a rough part of town because it sounds rough. Is Brixton in the house? I could just hear the toughness. I can hear it.
Brixton's all gentrified out now. I mean,
all right. So it's all right. So it's like Nassau Ave in Brooklyn. It's all.
It's still a bit crazy.
Because there's parts of Brooklyn that's gentrified than a motherfucker right now. Like Nassau, forget it. It's like a different fucking planet, bro.
That's
parts of Brooklyn.
And it was very gentrified. It was on its way doing.
But
that.
I don't get. Listen, I seen what my old neighborhood, just places where I used to be at, how they look now. I ain't mad at that shit. If you ain't get yourself in no shit and you could keep a spot in them neighborhood, by all means do it. They wasn't fixing shit for us, but shit, if they fix shit, I used to go to school, right? I was mad than a bitch when they did this. I used to go to a school down there on 135th and Edge. They built a fucking Waffle House under that shit, bro. I was mad than a bitch for because gentrification, right? I wouldn't have gave a shit, bro. If I could have been eating waffles and shit like that, they put an IHOP in that shit. Matter of fact, it was an IHOP. Gentrification ain't bad, bro. Keep selling them drugs. Just be quiet about it. Just be quiet about it, bro. Motherfuckers still get high. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's a bit fun.
Motherfuckers act like gentrification bad. That just means we give white people money too. That's what that means. Fuck yeah, I think it means these white boys from Seattle and California, they move.
I mean, I don't. Like I said, when I went back over there, it was just nice being in a country where they're not clipping toenails and flicking boogers on you in the train, like they are in New York, Lady Chan. I'm sorry. That's what I loved about being in London. In a proper country where there's at least a little monicum of civility in public.
Bro, I really
jokes, though. You always find a weirdo. People dance.
A weirdo, but we every day here is weird. We got to see. I got to deal with the fucking weirdos every day here.
But I talked to my sis. I talked to my sis in New York. I talked to my sis in New York, and she told me it's like when we were young, and when we were young, it was bad. Like it was bad. Like it's just like, nah, it's bad. You wouldn't want to. It's bad. It's bad. Like it was in the early '90s and shit. Like
I showed you that video. We tweeted you that video of San Francisco, Jules. There's people shitting on the same corner.
No. See, that's ridiculous bad. But I'm talking about like, look at what happened in Brooklyn, right? Random fruit vendor. This happened for no reason. It's a senseless murder. It's literally senseless. Fruit vendor, mentally ill, whatever this dude had going on, ran up right behind a dude, screwdriver in the neck. No reason at all. Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Nah, there was another
dude walked up to the train. He was on his Hotep shit. Started shooting into the train. It's bad, bro. It's bad.
Nah, there was another one a couple weeks ago.
Hang on, Beats. Look at the private chat, Beats, if you can see it.
What's that, Joe?
Yeah, see, Lennox is over there. Listen, Lennox is over. He said, "Nah, NYC has gotten bad again. I'm trying to move back home. I'm trying to tell you, it's bad.
When you say bad, it can't be South Bronx bad in the 70s, like the way it looked.
I'll say, look, the worst I've ever seen New York was two periods. One when I was very young, and one when I was in my teenage years, going into my tweens, when the Bloods and the Crips came over from Cali. When the Bloods and the Crips came over from Cali, yeah, it was bad, bro. It was like it's like obviously it ain't gonna be bad for me because I'm at home, so I didn't feel the bad. I didn't feel the bad, but it was wild. It was wild, bro. It was just wild shit, and it was so wild you didn't feel it because it's wild shit every day. Like,
see, I'm older than you. I remember it worse than that.
It was worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 70s when they had that blackout that time, it was crazy. And then they went Lower East Side, the Alphabet City, all them dope fiends and stuff, and 116th Street stuff was bad.
They did a movie on that. The most it was called The Most Violent Year, where the highest time in New York.
Because when we had them two blackouts,
the crack era was bad.
The 80s was bad. The whole 80s was bad. And the early 90s
I was growing up there.
But the funny thing is, 90s,
but what I'm gonna say is, it is a difference.
Wait to go to New York in that Rotten Apple era, being out here in California, like, oh, I want to go.
But it was, I'm gonna say the difference is, y'all blackout was bad. Ours, we partied. I remember that when everything went off on the Eastern Sea, we partied. We was out smoke like ain't no like when we got to smoke. We fuck that, and we smoked. Walking.
What year was that?
That was 2000. I want to say 2000, around 2002, 2003. All the lights on the Eastern Seaboard went out from up north at the Canadian border down to Florida. So it was like that for like how long was it, Lisa? Like a day or 2 days?
What, New York?
Yeah, remember when all the lights went out? It was summer. Everything went out.
Oh, I vaguely remember that, but the one that really was big was the one in the 70s. That one was crazy. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I picked it up real quick. That movie, A Most Violent Year, took place. The backdrop was 1981 New York. There was 2,200 homicides that year in New York.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2013, there was only 686. That was one of New York's craziest years ever.
That's the greatest films in New York.
Yeah.
Warriors.
2,200 bodies in New York in 1981. That must have been
the needle exchange.
Lennox said the
came
blackout
about
almost 2 days. I remember.
Okay. Yeah. See, that's another blackout. I vaguely remember that one, but the other one, I remember it was everywhere.
That was bad because my sister, they couldn't charge their phones. Like, you couldn't have nothing. It was bad.
That was the year
John Lennon got shot in New York.
2003.
Yeah, that was circa 2003. I think it lasted about 2 days.
2 days.
Okay. 2 days.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like what you're describing, because I wasn't alive in the 70s. That sounds awful. I wouldn't want to be in that shit. But,
it was terrible. It was a lot of looting, and it was a few days. New York was dark for some days. It was crazy.
Damn.
I can't believe that.
Was wild,
that was the year.
That was
the year John Lennon got murdered in New York in 1981.
Yeah, I remember when that happened.
That
was in Central Park, right?
But yes, the last, because I talked to my sister. They still live up north, and she was telling me like, nah, it's getting fucked up again. It's getting like it was fucked up. Like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, that shit. It's wild. It's a little bit wild now, like it was when we was young. And it's like, oh, it's a good thing I got the fuck out of there. It's not raising the
You know what it is? It's the drugs. Yeah. It's the drugs. Because you see in London, the drug is just pulling London down. Back.
Yeah.
And it's pulling down the West Coast, man.
Now over there in London beats, is it more of a cocaine or heroin or everything?
I don't know what they're taking. All I know is this big mother effort, right?
Because over here, it's a lot of
always sprawled out outside Tesco. I don't know what he's taking. And he's
out here in the West Coast, out here, it's mostly heroin right now.
It's not heroin. It's not heroin. It's fentanyl.
Crack.
Well, no, I mean like it's fentanyl, but like
fentanyl being cut. Yeah, they cut these drugs with fentanyl. It's killing people.
San Francisco, in certain neighborhoods in San Francisco, you go on the corner, they have drop-offs or syringes where you can go pick up fresh ones and drop off your old ones.
And guess where that came from? New York City, because of Lower East Side. They did a movie about it called Panic in Needle Park.
Yeah, we don't really have crystal meth here as much as how it is a problem over there. That's not really over here in abundance. Crystal meth.
Crystal meth's a lot out here in the desert cities.
Yeah, we don't really have it.
The drug addicts was stealing people's insulin needles.
And in the West
I
Coast,
remember.
in the West Coast, well, really in America, because like at my job, some fucking old job I had 3 years ago, some piece of shit used a little bit of fentanyl, die right, and I gotta fucking deal with the goddamn. I'm like, man, come on, man, go die somewhere else, bro. Like, and I heard it don't take a lot of fentanyl to kill somebody. It don't take but a lot to put out a grown ass man, put him out.
Yeah.
And that's the shit. That's the shit that motherfuckers is using now. That shit. It ain't even old school. Remember, in the old school, you got coke, crack, heroin, and bud, and hashish. The most exotic shit on the street. A little bit of hashish.
Yeah.
But that was it. Now you got oxy, perp, fent, all this wild ass shit.
And the wildest shit back then used to be the psychedelic. So I got some acid.
None of this stuff is new. Okay. A friend of mine, she was older. She's no longer alive. She told me they drank that stuff that they drink, the codeine. She said they used to do that back in the 60s.
Lean.
But you know
she
the
said
thing
they
is,
used to do it, and they used to go to New York to get it, and it was called Godzilla.
this is what's going on, because this one started in Russia. Is a cheap alternative to heroin called crocodile, and what made crocodile dangerous is it causes cellular necrosis. It'll cause your cells to literally die. But all it really was just cheap, poorly made heroin. That's all it really was. So none of it is really new. They just use cheaper materials and shit like that.
And they were using cleaning agents in it and stuff.
Yeah.
And it literally turns your limbs into rock.
Gangrene. It'll turn your shit into gangrene.
Kills the cells. Yeah, you gangrene. Yeah.
It's the same old
people
it's
used
the
to
same
use
old drugs in
ether.
a different blender. That's all it is.
Before crack, that's when Richard Pryor with that ether stuff, and he got blown up.
Yep.
Remember?
Right.
That was crazy.
He was freebasing, wasn't he?
But it's the same. But it really it's just different variations of the same drugs, because the hallucinogens are the same. Like PCP is going PCP, bro. That's the fuck that shit. Acid is going acid, and it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
You know when they're taking that crocodile? It was in Eastern Europe. I saw it.
It was in Russia.
Yeah.
Is that new? Dad? Is that new?
No, it's old now, because when that shit started coming over here, right? That was 2013, 2014, around there. So that's already like damn near 10 years ago. That shit. But it started in Russia, and all it really is poorly made heroin. That's all it is. Poorly made heroin with cheap materials. So.
Got you. Wow. And spice. The synthetic weed. That's the one that turns them into the zombies as well.
Yeah.
Spice.
Is that the liquid one?
No, it's synthetic weed. It's like weed, but it's fake.
Oh, okay. They got a liquid weed too.
It's a different world.
Well, because it's THC, they doing a lot of shit to weed now. You know, weed used to just be some shit to smoke, man. Now they got THC oils and CBD and I'm like, I don't the fuck y'all. Can't you just smoke a goddamn doobie and shut the fuck up? You know what I mean? Like,
but some got bad lungs. They can't ingest it by smoking it.
Yeah, but now they turn it into oil and baby oil and lotion. Like, man, shit, man. Like, just shit is crazy.
I don't think that stuff is real. They even had some without the seeds. It grows without seed. I don't know.
That's why
it's weird.
The classification here that it goes class A, B, C, black to B.
Well, we gonna see the next slap, because where it's at now, I noticed it over time. Weed on the street really ain't what it used to be, and you can't get the kind of money that you used to get with it. Like shit, I was around. They used to have whole OZs for 50 cash. That was money, bro. You easily gonna bag up more than $100 off of if it's 50 cash, because that was the abundance of weed back then. That if you get an O for cash, you could easily flip that shit into $100 or $120. You get a pound. Pound ain't but $1,200. That's great.
Yeah,
and little by
I
little,
remember.
as Purple Haze and Hydro, well, it's 320 something or 420. I'm like, oh, fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't make you can't make the money that you used to make. And now it's even worse because now weed is a cash crop for governments. All right. Yeah. Look at what happened in Denver, Colorado. They turned their whole economy around with weed.
That's it. Once they tax up, they let it be legalized. Yep.
It's a wrap. Yeah. Like
you do know why marijuana went illegal though, isn't it? Like it was putting out a lot of industries out of business, wasn't it? Like like because when they were using weed to make furniture and medicine and this, that, and that, they were putting people out of business. So they demonized the thing and the propaganda made it the evil weed. And that's why
and put people in jail for the goddamn shit for years and years and years, so they could turn around and turn it into a cash crop.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
How many people did time for a couple of bro? It's just fucking weed, bro. Ain't nobody gonna OD off no fucking weed, bro. You can only get but so hot. Well, now I don't know. Look, I was never a huge pothead, right? But what's happening to the weed now is scary. I remember this was damn near 7-8 years ago. My man's and them come in, he got some shit called Headband. I never smoked no shit like this in my life. I never felt that way off no bud until that shit. And I was like, yo,
Punk came out. Skunk, Punk.
I felt like my face was about to jump out my face. I was like, I don't know what this shit is. I don't like being that because I don't like being dopey. So weed never stuck to me.
Yeah, I don't like dopey as well. So yeah,
I don't like being dopey where I can't think. And my man's in him, he come, yo, we gonna smoke some Headband. I'm like, the fuck is Headband? Smoke this shit. I was stuck. I felt like I couldn't move. I had to will myself to move. I'm like, yeah, I don't like.
It makes me motivated. Yeah, not really.
I don't want to be high like fuck that shit. I don't know how motherfuckers do it, but it's also some people have obsessive personalities that gravitate towards addiction. So I'm addicted to coffee. I ain't gonna lie about that motherfucker.
A bit of weed fun if you want to sleep or something, but I mean to function throughout the day on a day-to-day basis.
I can't do that.
I can't do
that. I can't do that. Like my vice is really café. That's my vice. Coffee and some cigarettes. That's my vice. That's
that's bad, Jules. Anyway.
Look, man, when the asteroid hits, it ain't gonna matter. When the aliens come and the asteroid hits and the Earth burns, we all going to the same place, Chan. The same place.
You're going up meteorites to meet all of that and the asteroids. You're up there. You're an alien. You said it.
I am.
I'm going to
look, see, this is what's going on, right? Normally, Jupiter catches all the asteroids for us with its gravitational pull. So they never make it to us most of the time. But Jupiter gonna go to sleep for a little while. It's gonna miss one. It's gonna come to Earth, back to the dinosaurs.
Oh yeah, that's what will happen. Why don't you vape? Have you tried vape?
Nah, that's for pussies that don't want glass in their lungs like me. You smoking cigarettes, it's glass, tar, all type of shit in the cigarette.
Even cigarettes, because people are broke, they're buying the bootleg cigarettes, the under the counter cigarettes. And they've got all types of chemicals in them. Crazy, man.
Counterfeit it's actually dangerous to smoke counterfeit cigarettes. Like when I was still in New York and the price of cigarettes was going up, they used to have party packs at the Ox store. How you know it's a party pack? If you turn it over and you see a Virginia stamp on it, you know what they're doing. See, in New York, the cigarette would be like $10, $11, right? The pack. But if you came to Virginia, these shits is $4 or $5 down there.
$5, yeah.
So they'll drive down, get a haul or a bunch of cartons, drive back up north, and they'll be selling that and then flipping it like, we only paid $5 for the pack, right? You know, down to the pack level, but we got a $4 profit margin because we flipping them for $9. So that shit, after a while, there was more money in flipping cigarettes than flipping fucking weed.
Guess how much cigarettes a pack of 10 cigarettes are in China? Guess. I guess around the panel. Guess.
I mean, how much?
10 for a 10 pack. 10 pack.
When I left New York.
No, China.
Wait. When I left New York, I remember the cigarettes was coming up on either $13 or $14 a pack. I don't even know where it is now.
Wow.
I don't know what it costs.
In China. We're guessing China, Jules, not New York.
No. I know. I'm just saying that the price kept going up in New York because it's a 300% tax on the cigarettes. So they would always add a quarter and a quarter. I don't know where it's at now. Like, I don't know what a pack of cigarettes.
Guess, Jules. Guess what? How much it is in China for a pack of 10 cigarettes?
What, 20?
10. They don't do 20s like that yet.
No. $20 for a pack of 10.
Okay, Beats, you guess.
But 30 I don't know, what, yen? I don't know.
Just guessing like dollars or pounds, it don't matter.
Oh, 30 pounds. 30 pounds.
Okay, Lise?
About $5 in yen.
Okay. Is on the panel, I can't see. Sporting still there?
Nah, Sporting. Oh, he's still there, but I think he went to sleep.
AJ still there? Country?
Yep, I'm here.
How much you reckon for a 10 pack of cigarettes in China costs?
Ooh, a lot of smoke, so it's hard to say.
Okay, but who else? Just guess.
$6.
Okay, who else is there? Country? You want to guess? Country might be sleeping. Okay, let me just tell you. God damn. Okay, so I do it in pounds and then I do it in dollars. So it's 80p, which is $1.20.
For a pack of cigarettes?
I figured it was cheap because everything in China is pretty cheap.
80p. That's like 80 cents. It's $1.20 in
Wow, they getting us.
Basically,
they really are.
People are just smoking into that's no good, really. People just smoke and smoke, isn't it?
Yeah, they just smoke and smoke and smoke, and the tobacco looks black, and it's like it's not the greatest quality either.
Well, it ain't gonna be for 80p.
Yeah, I know.
I mean?
That sounds like some 1990 prices.
Man, you rolling up. You know what you smoking? You smoking cat fingernails, leaves, shit they pick up around the house.
And they offer you to them like nothing. Like when they meet you, they shake your hand, hello. They pull out like a pack of cigarettes, open it. You're supposed to have to take one, even if you don't smoke. Just take it because they see it as offensive if you don't take it.
Earthworms crawling out that shit. You smoke cigarettes. Smoke cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
You'll be happy just to take it. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take it from you.
Get out of here! If I'm fucking smoke that shit, motherfuckers, nunchucks come out my arms and shit, turn into a mutant.
I tried it. There's not really no difference. I don't know. It's just whatever.
I smoke menthols, man. If it ain't menthol, it ain't rocking. I don't smoke them cowboy.
You can buy cigarettes from the Indian reservations too. It's cheaper.
Yeah, with no tax.
Jules, what's the brand you use now? What's the brand you use?
I ain't even going. Look, I'm from New York, so guess. Lisa going know.
What? What did you say?
Newport.
What?
No, he smokes menthols.
Newport or Cools.
Newport 100s.
Nice. My dad used to smoke those all the time. Nice smokes Marlboros.
In England, they can't do no advertising on the set. Like it's just you just get a box now, and like it's all hidden behind a cabinet, and you have to ask for cigarettes.
Like if you go to, I don't even know how it is now, but I know when I was young, if you go to an Ox store, you go to Aki around the corner, you get a loose. It's a Newport. Most people in New York that smoke Newports. Now, if we talking about like an old head, they probably smoke some
Marlboros.
Marlboros is really old Spanish heads. They like them cowboy killers. I never like cowboy killers. I need menthol. I need that cool breeze. Cool me off.
They banned them here. We've only got one brand that's allowed to do them. All our other menthols is banned.
Well, we got different, like Virginia Slims got, even Marlboro has a menthol version, and it's not bad. It's not bad. I ain't go for it, but I'm Newport till the wheels fall off, bro.
Yeah, that's what my aunt smokes. Fuck it, down Newport
100s, B. We at the port, yo, and we out here breathing.
Yeah. Now.
Well, we can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lucky Strikes. Someone just said, "Oh, Dirty Boxing." Yeah, boy, in America. Yeah.
Oh, that's an old one. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Came out to this country, motherfucker. They got some shit called American Spirit.
That's an old one too.
American Spirit. I never even heard of that shit.
Yeah, I heard of that. Bel Air. My stepfather used to smoke those.
And
it was a lot of cigarettes.
All the old heads I knew love they pomos. That square box. Love they pomos.
Yep.
Yeah, we got them here.
I remember the more cigarettes, the long brown ones.
Nah, yeah, I remember those. And I used to get Black and Miles, Golden Miles, Cherry and Miles.
Yeah.
That's funny because menthol's banned, but we've got a menthol Sterling Jewel, but then they've got cigarillas as well. They're like little kind of like little cigars that are menthol.
Ah.
You can click them at the top and make them super menthol. And they're called cigarillas.
Oh, yeah, I know what it is. That's the one that come with the little ball that you could pour the menthol. Yeah. I know them shit. I know them shits.
Yeah,
but
they're cheaper.
Average motherfucker that smoke a cigarette in New York City is probably a Newport. Just more than likely, it's probably a Newport. It's rare you'll see a motherfucker smoking like that low ass Virginia Slims.
Yeah,
it's rare. Like you ain't gonna see a whole lot of that.
You wouldn't even know now because, like I said, the cigarettes are unidentifiable. You just get a box.
No beats, but they've got like pictures of like dead babies on them now.
Yeah, they put pictures of dead babies. Yeah, that because you can't advertise. You cannot advertise cigarettes.
Yeah.
So you just basically get a box. They show dead baby, and if you want to buy the cigarettes, you can't even see which one you're going to buy. It's hidden behind. It's hidden behind the cabinet, so you have to ask specifically for the brand you want.
Yeah.
That's wait. That's how it is to buy cigarettes in the UK.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, yo,
I remember.
I'll take a picture and I'll DM it you.
So if I go to the spot, I'm like, yo, all right, let me get I gotta go in there and be like, let me get a pack of Newport 100s.
Well, we don't have Newports here, but you have to get a different one.
Wow.
Bloomberg was the one that outlawed them.
Yeah, that's when it started. The 300% tax. It started with Mike.
I remember that.
Mike Bloomberg. Yeah, and he tried to do some shit to the soda too. Remember when he tried to do some shit to the sodas, the 2-liter sodas?
Yeah.
Some type of tax.
Yeah, tax, fizzy drink tax.
Yeah.
They want to try to do that here.
But I remember when you used to smoke on a plane, the bus,
in the hospital.
Hospital.
Yeah, the church, everywhere.
Yeah, that was
the bingo hall. I remember all that.
Damn, yeah, you can't smoke nowhere indoors no more. You can't smoke nowhere indoors.
We was the first to have that as a law, and then I think New York was a state that followed a couple years after. It's better. How could we smoke on fucking airplanes? That is wild.
That's crazy.
That was dope, bro. That's when we was strong and we was killing each other. It was great, bro. Those was great times, bro.
Hey.
Why you think George Foreman? Remember George Foreman from that era, smoking on the plane, smoking in the hospital. He from that era. He was strong. Like everybody was strong. Joe was strong. George was strong. Cassius. Everybody was strong. Now we got all these fucking rules. Motherfuckers getting COVID. Boogers different colors now. It's like, man, motherfuckers need to go back to smoking on a plane, bro.
People smoked on TV, remember? Lucille Ball and all of them. Yeah.
We was
No, mate. That's a lot. That's dangerous, mate.
Man, motherfuckers was getting it, man. Like now.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all something. In Atlantic City, right? When they imposed that law, them smokers down there was pissed off. They said, we ain't gonna come down here and gamble and let y'all have a smoking section for us. I remember that.
Yeah, because every time I went to Atlantic City, I used to go to Showboat, the Taj Mahal, the Sand. You could smoke, but I don't know if they changed it. But I know when I used to, you can smoke and gamble, and they wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah, that's true. You could. That could. I went to Vegas and you could. You still could. Yeah.
I don't know what AC is like now, but I haven't been in years, obvious, because I've been in this country, motherfucker. But when I used to go, you could smoke.
Last I checked, you still could. Yeah, that's true.
Did they change that shit? You can't smoke now?
No. In Vegas in the casinos, you can still smoke. Last time I went, you could. So yeah.
Ooh.
That hasn't changed yet. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've been there for years, but last time I went to Vegas, people smoking inside the casinos, walking around, shit.
Because they got like an air filtration system that pulls all that shit in, so it don't just linger the way it normally would, like in an apartment. Like it'll pull the shit out.
Can you see the box there? Can you see the box? I'll share
Where's it, Bates?
I'm about to look right now. Hold up. I'm about to look right now.
Yeah, it's shocking, mate. It's shocking.
Oh.
Put it up.
Damn, dog. Like that's how I look.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there
Basically.
it is. Yeah.
Damn, they don't fuck around, man.
Motherfuckers really don't want motherfuckers smoking.
The organs are all
Yeah.
black.
Yeah.
That's how you
Wow.
got babies, you got people on in the fridges in the mortuary, everything.
See, I don't want to have to look at that shit.
In
People still buy them.
Australia,
People still buy
yeah.
them.
Oh shit! I said,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people because they're addicted to them.
no, but I mean, I'll just wrap my whole hand around the box. I don't see shit.
Mortifying though, man.
I don't see shit.
Jews don't give a fuck, bro. Jews don't
It
care.
ain't that. It's that. No, look. I should try. Like I ain't even going front, and I've been thinking about it a lot lately. But I also be thinking, like, look, man, something's gonna get you. It don't matter what it is. Something's gonna get you. None of us are leaving alive, man. None of us.
I'd like to be about a bit longer, babes.
You're right, and that I agree with you. You're right, and that's what makes me think, like, you know what? I need to get back on my health nut fitness shit.
We got kids, so we need to stick around for a bit as long as.
Yeah, you're right. But when the aliens come and shoot the laser beam, ain't gonna be.
Jules, they taking you back to Capricornia, bro.
Bro, I'm out of here when that shit happens. I'm going back to Saturn, bro. You ain't gonna see me.
So where's your kids going? Are you leaving?
They coming with me, yo.
Oh, but then you're gonna have to take mine. You're gonna have to take mine because it's your fault why we're getting a laser.
DVRs, they ain't my fault. Listen, there's other aliens out there. They are not as polite as me, and they don't watch as much boxing.
Well, you're
So
taking some.
I don't know. It's been a long live.
Woo!
Always good to have y'all on. Always good to talk. Chop it up.
Oh, it was a great live. Yeah.
Yes, it's the long one for sure.
Shouts out to Beats, AJ, Lisa.
Yeah.
Shouts out to y'all too.
Shout out to the birthday girl. Yes.
Hope you living it up, Chan.
Hope you living it up, Chan. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. All right. Take care, everyone.
All right.
Good night.
Night, y'all.